What is up, chat? Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing well. This is really loud on my headphones. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. Hope you guys are doing well today. I'm excited to be here. Oh man, oh man. It is Warhammer Fest. Super stoked. Super stoked to be here. As you can see, we're dressed up in the proper attire for Summer Warfest. What do you guys think? You guys like the drip? Hi. This is a thrift store special. I love this shirt. It's so breathable. Dr. M got it for me because she was like, I want you to wear this because she likes the color red on me. And I'm wearing it and I love it. It's a fantastic shirt. I didn't realize it, but I do kind of look like a massive red blister. But as you guys know, as you can see in the stream, we're talking about Grillin and Chillin. Do have some stuff working on the grill. And I'm also going to be drinking tonight because it's Friday. If you guys are drinking with me, you're welcome to, but please drink responsibly. Shit. Music started. Woo! That is a smell. It's a smelly smell. Okay. Oh. Ooh, Lord. Let me go ahead. I thought we'd have a little bit of time here. Looks like we do. Looks like we have a little bit of time here before the show starts. It's about 15 minutes. Do we want to play some games while we're waiting for the show to start? I'm thinking so. Super excited for this show. What do you guys think is going to be shown? Let me know in the comments below. I don't know what's going to be shown. I don't know what's going to be seen. Whatever it is, I'm excited for. But to your health. And also, thank you so much for all the love and support that you guys given me on my content. That's been fantastic to see. Thank you guys. To you. I'm like shooting straight whiskey. I probably should have cut it with something, but you know, I had a porno stash that was really fantastic. Dr. M made me get rid of it. She said it was disgusting. She was right, but she was out of line, but she was right. It looked nasty. All right, let's go ahead and flip over. This is... Is it already starting? Oh, it's like trivia? Hold on. Wait. During the dying moments of the Siege of Terra, the Astronomicon was retaken and relit by the combined forces of Horsewain, Sigismund, and Keeler, which traitor legion opposed them in the fighting. I think the Death Guard? It was either the Death Guard or it was the Emperor's Children. It wasn't the Why do I feel like this is so loud? Death Guard? Are you not going to show it? Is it not going to show it? It's Death Guard. It's definitely the Death Guard. Why are we... this is such a... Yeah! Woo! I read the Horus Heresy! I read all 20 million books of it! The Potion of Speed is an enchanted item of Warhammer, the old world. What does it do? Oh. Are they going to show options? D3 to initiative remove. I think it's... grants always strike first to the user. Oh, I never played Old World. This is so loud. Hold on, chat. There we go. Let me turn this down just a little bit. All right, there we go. I think it was a move A. I think it's A. I've never played Old World. Yeah, see, I don't know anything about Old World, unfortunately. Quite ass at Old World. Blood Bowl star player Morgan Thorg's professional debut was for which team? Oh, I know this. It was one of the Orc teams. If I see it, I'll probably remember it. The Pie Express. Morgenthorg. I'm trying to remember. I don't think it was the Pie Express. That's the... I think it was either the Reichland Reavers or... It was either B or D. I thought I knew it. Oh, it's, okay. I didn't know it at all. Which Stormcast Eternals hero led the first foray into the mortal realms in Age of Sigmar? No idea. I am not an Age of Sigmar guy. The name Bastion Cartheos sounds right, or Cartheos? Cartheos sounds like a Age of Sigmar name. So does Vandus Hammerhand. Gardas Steel Soul, I think, is not the correct option, and it's definitely not Hamilclair Bear Eater, because I think that's one of the Vikings. Oh, I was not right at all. I think I said A. House Cawdor. This is Warhammer, right? Or is this... I don't know this one. House Cawdor. I think it's no, it's not High Redemptor. I was gonna say Thane, but I don't think it's Thane. I don't know. This is some deep fucking lore that they dug out. I had one question I knew was right, and then I fucked up on the other ones. Oh, it was Thane. Wow, I'm shocked. I guessed it correctly. Eldar Authority, from where the fetid swords of the wall forged? Oh. It's not Cain, and it's not Aisha. I think it's Assyrian. Eldanesh did something else. It's not Cain. Because Cain has, like, their own swords. The Blades of Cain have their own weapons. It could be the Cains. It could be Cain. But I think it's Assyrian. I think it's Assyrian. Am I wrong? Oh, it was Cain. I was wrong. R.I.P. Which Primarch wins in a fight? Fucking great. Awesome. Can't wait for the Flame Wars in Reddit for this. What the fuck? I want to say Sanguinius. It's definitely not Gilliman. I think I want to say Sanguinius. The Khan wasn't known as like the best duelist, but so wasn't Sanguinius. But Sanguinius was like the better brother. The flame wars on the internet over this comment is going to be fantastic. Gilliman? The rest are already dead. Oh, yeah. Dick. That's pretty good. Good joke. Which of the following is not one of Nagash's monarchs? Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Mortarchs. Orca in the Black, Radakar the Beast, Alindor, or Usharan? I think it's Usharan. Isn't Usharan like the dwarf god or whatever, right? I don't know. These names sound so familiar to me, but they're also so not. How long do we have until... We have another, like, 5-ish minutes, so they'll probably do, like, 2 or 3 more questions. What is Radakar the Beast? I assume that must be, like, a Chaos person or a Beastman. From the Paunch of the famous Goblin War Boss. Grom the Paunch is a famous Goblin War Boss, perhaps known for the invasion of Othwain. What is the name of his standard bearer? I have no idea. These questions would have been great for like a trivia thing, but I'm also ass at trivia, so. Man, I'm so excited to see what the releases are for this. Niblet. Okay. Don't know who that is. Infamously violent Blood Bowl player, Akoran the Squirrel, can be found in which Blood Bowl kit? Wait, I know this one. It's not the... Is it the Greenfield Grasshuggers? It could be one. It could be the Gnome Tree Man. I think it might be the Gnome Tree Man, actually. Oh no, it was just the Tree Man. I knew it was a Tree Man, at least. That's I'll take that L. I'll take that L. What is the title for the officer in command of an Imperial Titan? Ooh, Princeps. Magos Dominus, Princeps. I know this. It's Princeps. I am reading in my mind's eye. It is Princeps. My Princeps. These questions, they have the, like, they stay up for like 30 to 45 seconds. It's quite long. I know my Warhammer lore. Chapter Master Moranius Calgor has a great many titles and epithets. What is his middle name? Papa Smurf? Or, I don't know. Isn't it Brutus? I don't know. Could be Augustus, too. Knowing GW, it could be Augustus, could be Brutus, could be... It's definitely not... I don't think it's Connor. I was right. I think they named him... They, like, did as much as they physically can to name him after, like, every Caesar-related thing. Which of the following did not claim its own emperor in the Age of Three Emperors? Oh, I have no idea about this. This is a AOS question, isn't it? I have the volume, by the way, as low as it physically can go. I got the music a little too loud up in here. Nordland, I don't know who that is. Bad moons are wealthy, evil sons love speed, blood axes like uniforms, camo and tactics. What are the Death Skulls thing? I mean, honestly, I think it's all of the above. All of the above. It's all of the above. It's D. I forgot the color blue represented luck. That's an easy give me. What Imperial organization maintains the black ships? Oh. I mean, it's the... I think it's either the Adestra... This is the... I know the Custodes. But I also think I heard something in Talents of the Emperor that it's dedicated to the Astra Telepathica, though. It's not the RBDs, and it's definitely not the Inquisition. I think it's the Custodians. I'm going to stick with D. My boys, my beautiful kings and queens, warrior kings and queens. Oh, yeah, I was right. It is the Adeptus Astra Telepathica, but they also... The Custodians help with the black ship, so I feel like that's stupid. Which familiar is the best? I don't know what that... Dude, what? I have no idea. I feel like the one problem with these questions is that they're not... They're way too niche for trivia. unless you have somebody who's familiar with everything. It's definitely not the Sanctifier Cherub. I don't think it's the... Yeah, I think it's that one. Okay. Well, it's about to start here soon, so we're going to get this going up here. And then we'll turn the volume back up a little bit once the show starts. Here, I will turn on the subtitles for when the subtitles... I guess there's no subtitles.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this very exciting preview. This is the big summer Warhammer preview. I am Adam Troke. This is Eddie Eccles, and we're delighted to have your company.
Adam, Eddie, good to see you guys again. Hope you guys are doing well.
Loads of different game systems to show you, loads of Warhammer to talk about. We think about 90 minutes of stuff. Is that right?
should run to about that long, depending on how fast we talk and how sidetracked we get by all the details. But yeah, for the next hour and a half or so, we're going to fill the air with loads of cool Warhammer things. We've got things to cover from Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Warhammer the Old World, Warhammer Necromunda, Warhammer Blood Bowl, Warhammer Horus Heresy, and Legions Imperialis. Have I forgotten anything?
Kill Team.
Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team. So loads to go through.
Okay, so Kill Team's probably getting a new edition.
Systems we couldn't quite squeeze in, so we haven't got any Warcry for you. We haven't got any Underworld.
Or Middle-earth.
We haven't got any Middle-earth, but we'll have stuff on all of those game systems in the not too distant future.
Absolutely. So keep your eyes on warhammercommunity.com if you want to hear about the news on those as it happens. Meanwhile, while the chat fills up and we get ready to kick off, there's a few things we normally do. The first thing is that we ask people in the chat where you're from. I was looking at the chat as people answered the...
I enjoyed the quiz.
The quiz was fun, right? Did you get any right?
I got all of them right, obviously, Adam.
Very good.
I did also help write the questions, so I did have cheated a bit.
Perfect. I was doing all right myself. And
I got like 3 right.
People from Texas. There's people from all around the UK, a lot from Europe as well. I saw some France and some Germany.
Shout out from the southeast of the USA. Hear the Eagles squeak.
Choose to spend some time with us.
Yep, absolutely. Have you been doing any hobby recently, Adam?
I have. I've found doing hobby a bit hard. I've been very busy, and also the weather is
been a bit warm,
anathema to painting right now here in the UK. We are getting burninated. But I have put together everything that was on the Space Marine side of my Armageddon box.
Nice.
Including sort of dark.
To people in my chat, I don't know if there's anybody in there or not. Have you guys gotten your Armageddon box? If you wanted it, if you've liked it, what have you liked about it? Are you more the Orcs person? You more the Blood Angels? Let me know. I'd love to hear more about it.
Angeling, is that a word?
The
models with some extra details and back banners and things like that. What about you?
Bit of Eldari, some of them.
Currently, right now, we're working on my Custodies. That's what I'm working on right now. I got to get that done. All the new Custodies releases, man. Ooh, Lord! I'm still not done with it. I still got to finish everything out.
What I've been doing to fill a little bit of my hobby time is I've been sort of theory hammering some army lists using the Warhammer 40,000 app.
Yes.
And I've been looking at, I saw somebody had made a really interesting little video on like Instagram or somewhere about how you could use the Fulgurist detachment, which is like land speeder centric. And so I'm trying to work out how I can synergize that with all of my Ravenwing things to make like a very fast moving sort of...
I forgot that Adam's a Dark Angels player.
Yeah, a lot of people doing Warhammer 40,000 army list theorying.
Yeah, I've been caught up in the wave, I think. What about you?
Yeah, obviously. I've got one list for every single faction in 40k.
And you've played your first official game of the new edition?
I played one game, one official game of the new edition so far with my Eldar against some Tau.
You are undefeated, retire now?
So far, undefeated.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I have not played a new edition. I have not played a new edition of the game. I need to. I just don't have the drive to it. I told myself that I would finish the Custodian army that I'm working on right now, or try to revamp the Custodian army right now before I played in a game of 11th. So we're still working on that.
As we said, we've got loads of things to talk about throughout the course of this preview. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that you have a nice time. We are going to start off the show by going to the grim darkness of the far future, and we're going to talk about some things for Warhammer 40,000.
All right, what's happening?
Here we are with Warhammer 40,000 Armageddon, the launch box for the new edition, sort of out there in the wild. It's worth talking about some of the things that are coming up. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is how new people to Warhammer might get started in the Warhammer 40,000 hobby with some Warhammer 40,000 starter sets. So here is Warhammer 40,000 starter set. We've got one in the flesh.
Whoa!
This is an enormous box.
That's huge.
And is the perfect way if you've never played Warhammer 40,000 before and want to...
Can we see the back of it?
To jump straight into the hobby. Eddie, what can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so we did know that some of the miniatures from the Warhammer 40,000 Armageddon set would be available in other sets in the future. This is one of the first places you'll be able to get hold of them. So in this, you effectively have a combat...
Okay, so you have the combat patrols of both the Orcs and the Space Marines, which is fantastic. I see the Librarian. I think I see the captain. I see the jump pad squad. I see the other like guys, and I see the land speeder.
Patrol of Space
I do
Marines. painted
see.
as
I
Ultramarines,
think
you
the
may
banner
recognize very well.
knob
You've also got a combat patrol.
looks like
of
the
orcs. You've
leader. Do we
also
have the
got
weird boy in there?
battlefield
Oh yeah,
stuff to
there's the
play
weird
across,
boy.
And
All
effectively
right,
a combat patrol's worth of battlefield terrain for combat patrol. So like
that's a nice little
Yeah,
combat
absolutely.
patrol.
This is essentially everything you need to get started with your
Hmm.
first games of Warhammer 40,000 all in one box. All the models are push fit. The terrain's really easy to put together. It's got the game board and all of the pieces marked out for you to put your terrain on, so you can just play straight out of this box if you want to.
Yeah, it's also got all the rules and stuff in there.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got your core rules and then the sort of the guide for using the models that are in the box. So this is the
That's
first
nice.
of the starter products that we're going to talk about right now, but there's more to come. So
I like the
what
terrain.
if you
I'm
wanted
a
to get started in Warhammer 40,000,
huge fan of
you
the
don't
terrain.
want the 2-player launch set, and you just want maybe
That's
a
also
starter set which focuses on
fantastic.
one of the factions. Well, this is getting started with Space Marines, and
That's
it's the same combat patrol.
That is a fantastic box, and I hope they have one for the orcs because I probably will buy the one for the orcs. I'm not a huge Space Marine guy, but I did really like a lot of the orc releases that they had. So I do think that this is a good box.
That you saw in the previous box, and it comes complete with the paints that you would need to do your.
That's
first
also
paint
really
of
nice
models.
too.
think it's
I do
11
like
paints in the set. So you
Citadel
can,
paints.
Get started right
As
away
if
with
you're
the
brand new,
edits
I
and
think
stuff.
they're fantastic
and this
paints.
is perfect if you've already got a gaming group. They've already got their box sets. They've split them all up, and you've got an odd number of players.
I wish they would show the back of it. I'm not a
grab
huge fan
yourself
of them
this set
constantly spinning the
and
box.
start
Show
playing
us the
straight away.
back.
This is your self-contained little starter set for Space Marines.
It will perhaps surprise nobody to know there is an orc equivalent of this.
Fantastic.
Yes, this is almost
W.
exactly the same, but green.
There you go.
So you have the combat patrol for orcs.
Let's see. You have the bike. You have the boss knob. I don't see the weird boy in it. Oh, I think he's way there in the backhand corner.
Then you've got a bunch
Okay.
of obviously orky paints. So this is a great little set if you want to kick off an orc army.
Yeah, and
I think
one
the
of
orc
things
boy.
to
I think
you've
the
already
weird
said
boy
it,
is in
but,
the back of it.
If you're just
Good
looking
box.
to sort of join in with an existing group, or maybe just start one of these armies.
That's
for the
such a
first time,
good
you're already
way to
in
do
Warhammer
that.
40,000. This really is a great
That's
way
a
to do it.
good
'cause you
job,
get the things you
GW.
need to kickstart that
Way to
paint
go.
process to.
That's a
Or
those
if you
are
just have an
fantastic
orc army and you
boxes.
just want loads more
Just want a
boys,
bunch of
just want
reinforcements.
loads
Yeah,
more orcs.
if
Yeah,
you
no
just want the
kidding.
new stuff.
There's another way to get started as well, which is this introductory set, and I find this one to be quite exciting. You've got some Space Marines and some orcs and some paints, and you can have a
All right, that one's not as good. You started off great, and then you kind of ended really softly. So
gaming experience, but it's really sort of a.
I'm gonna leave it
first
at
steps
that.
into the Warhammer 40,000 gaming and hobby experience.
I
Yeah, it's
wouldn't
a
buy
little bit
that.
of everything, and the thing that's cool about this,
If
to
you're gonna
point
get
out
the
is that
introductory
while the
set,
other
just get
sets,
the starting
miniatures are
box and
same
get
ones
all of
from
the full
Warhammer
armies. Get the
40,000
combat
Armageddon set,
patrols.
These ones are brand new miniatures. So you've got 5 intercessors in there. You've got a Space Marine Lieutenant. It's been like a whole week since we had a new Space Marine Lieutenant. So
couldn't have come
had
soon
to
enough.
have one. And then you've got a new unit of Orc Boys. Orc Boys are the same kind of unit as the ones you get in Armageddon, but they've got different poses. And critically, you've also got some heavy and special weapons
Yeah, you've
in
got
the
a
Orc
big
squad.
shooter and a rocket launcher. inside that
Absolutely.
set.
So if you want to add in some extra shooting into your big orc mobs, you can, and all the characters are kind of new poses as well. So it's quite a cool little set.
I get weirdly excited about all the different poses of intercessors, particularly these sort of push fit ones, because I find them easy to build. And so I'm hoping somebody will split that set. with
Chat,
me
are
and
you guys
just,
liking the
hint,
push
hint.
fit
There you
stuff?
go. We are.
Right.
The
first
there's
models that I
also
have of my
some
my
paint sets.
push fit, I'll be honest, this isn't worth the value. It'd be cheaper for you just to buy a can of spray paint and whatever paints that you want to paint them. Don't buy these boxes. That's my opinion, right? Citadel paints are fantastic paints when you're starting out. I would not buy this box. Not worth the price. And also their tools and stuff aren't great either. That's my other thing. But also, have you guys enjoyed the push fits? My first experience with the push fits now are the blind boxes that I've been opening,
This is
which
the
you guys have
custom
poured
tool
out your
set.
love on.
This would
Fantastic
synergize
boxes.
perfectly with that Warhammer 40,000
Never
starter
used
set
them.
where you get the combat patrols.
Never
It's got
you
13
played with them or
paints,
used them before.
flickers,
They're pretty good
mob
models.
modeling
I'm
to a brush,
shockingly
everything you need
surprised.
to get
But
started
there's a
with
lot
the
of gaps
painting
though.
journey. If you've never
Um,
painted Warhammer models before, this would be a decent pickup.
Yeah, this is a lovely little set. I started with a set a lot like this when I started playing Warhammer.
Yeah.
You can paint almost anything with this box because you've got all your primary colors and then black and white and your metallics and some really useful little tools. So this is just a really solid base for a paint.
Yeah,
collection.
absolutely.
I mean, you
If
could probably
want a
find the
lot more
cheaper
things
ones
for a
too
particular
that they
army,
sell
you can start
those.
with this, which is very much like the set I started painting with Warhammer, which was an
So
orc
why would
paint
you?
set
But
back
I'm
in the
so
day.
okay.
This is
that
boys and
does make a
paints.
lot of
So
sense.
you've
Okay,
got 6
sure.
paints and a brush and a couple of orc boys and a grot. Again, just dip your toe into the painting experience
Nah.
and see how you get along. There's a Space Marine equivalent, which is intercessors and paints. Again, 6 paints, a brush, and 2 Space Marine intercessors.
I assume that's a shade. That's the
Ooh,
brown.
Deep breath. That was a lot of ways to start your Warhammer 40,000 experience. And I think it'd be a good time to like introduce your friends or
Yeah.
the family member or relative or whatever that you want to. Like,
It's a
try
really
and
it's a
convince
really
to
good
play.
time to start playing Warhammer 40,000 because it's a brand new edition out. Everyone's kind of in the same place. Everyone's learning the rules together. This is the perfect time to hop in.
Nice, I love it.
Mhm.
So, it follows on quite nicely. We're going to.
I hope people have been enjoying 11th.
So we've got some
I have not
really
played it,
interesting terrain
I've said
kits
before.
to point out and talk about. The first
This
is
terrain is
combat patrol.
fantastic. I love this battle zone. I'm a huge fan of this. This is fantastic terrain. So I guess they're going to sell this
is
terrain by
all of
itself.
the terrain you see here in a box, along with the
W.
game boards and the
W.
tiles to the terrain prints.
I love
to
this.
Put the terrain on. This is everything you need in one box to play a complete game of combat patrol.
Yeah. And if you've already bought the starter set, if you add this box onto the starter set, you effectively have a full board's worth of
I love
terrain,
the
which is
little
like an
generator that they
equivalent
have
to
over there with the
game
power
of Warhammer
cables
40,000,
connected.
or in a
That
self-contained
like
set,
beautiful
it is
strand of
the
like
exact
lightning.
right
I
amount
love
of
the
the plant
generators. The
power.
generator,
and
all
worth
of the
pointing out
generators
is,
are fantastic.
With this one, like the models in the starter set, are unpainted. So all of these terrain pieces, they come on the grey plastic that you're familiar with. Easy to put together, and then you can paint them in the color scheme that suits your board at home or your armies or whatever you would like.
Yeah, this set,
Chad,
combat
if you're
patrol set,
familiar, not
comes
familiar,
in
this is
around
what
the
they
same
come
price
with.
as a
This is
combat
how they
patrol
come.
itself.
Perfect. Right.
That's
if you
how they
want
come
to
with.
add more
FYI.
things to it, or you just want to focus
Oh,
on
you get
building
you
a
buy
terrain board
just the
that suits your
manufacturer
own
ruins and
preferences,
probably just the
we've got
generators,
a
but this
few
is how they
little train
come
sets
in
to
the
talk about.
box.
This is the
Just so you know.
manufacturer ruins, which are those sort of classic building shapes that you often see on
So you will be
battlefields.
painting. You
There's
will
some
be
of these
building.
in that combat
Doesn't
patrol
matter.
set that we just showed you before.
Just so you know.
There's more.
That's kind of
There's
cool.
also the galvanic network. This
I like the
represents
galvanic
those,
network.
power lines and things that run across the sort of ash wastes of Armageddon.
That's really cool.
And is a wonderful way to bring some character.
Oh,
to
so the
battlefield.
galvanic
And then you've got
network and the
capacitor
capacitors
cluster
are
here,
different.
which
Ugh,
looks like
I
it's
don't like
riding
that.
your
I would just buy the
electricity.
box.
And you've got like a really unfortunate
That seems
servitor
very. I hope
trapped in
they're
the
cheap.
console
If they're gonna do that like that, I hope they're cheap.
In Warhammer 40,000.
It
But
is,
they look
it's the best.
cool.
Now, all of that is really exciting terrain. All comes unpainted, and is all coming fairly soon down the pipe.
That's
There's
absolutely true.
something else we need to explain to people that you've already talked about a little bit with Aiden on a video before, right?
That's absolutely right. Currently, all the terrain in my collection is Eddie painted. Very
Perfect.
soon, I will be able to also benefit from ready painted terrain.
Whoa!
Ready
right.
painted Battlefield Armageddon box.
Well,
and this is
I'm gonna shut
everything
the
you
fuck up
need
now.
for a full incursion-sized game of Warhammer 40,000 in one box, and all of the
That's
terrain
awesome.
in this comes ready painted and ready to go.
That's
the box
huge.
is enormous. It is jam packed with absolutely loads of fantastic terrain.
I would
and
buy
we've got
that.
one here to open. So what we thought we'd do is actually just crack one open and build one of the terrain pieces in it. Nice and quickly to show you
Oh,
what it's
that's
While Adam tells you
huge.
about it, I'm going to build one of the terrain pieces in here
Great.
to show you how quickly we
Get
can make
clipping, right. So what we've got is some nice pictures to show you while Eddie gets feverishly to work. So here you can see what you're dealing with. Essentially, it is a full battlefield's worth of already painted terrain. Try and talk over the rummaging and crashing of Eddie. The set comes with the game board.
That's so nice.
It has the
That's
terrain
massive.
markers, so you know.
I
where
love
to
that,
put your
dude.
terrain pieces onto.
Fantastic. Good on them.
Obviously, the terrain is painted to ready painted to a
Oh, they
brilliant
look
standard. So if
great.
you are looking to just clip the things out from the frames, put it together quickly, and start playing a game of Warhammer 40,000 on a battlefield that looks really good.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful
10.
way to do it. It's going to be enormously popular.
I
with
love this.
people
This
with,
is a fantastic look, and they
like me
look
at home.
great
I've
too.
already
It's
got
not
my own,
like
terrain board,
horrible.
but if I wanted to
That's
host
the
a
one
game
thing
night and I
about the
wanted
Warhammer
to
hobby that I
bring
hate is
friends
painting
over so we
fucking
could,
terrain,
play
dude.
round
Ugh.
robin to style
You want to
games,
pick like
this
I
would
want to
enable
make
me
models
do it.
look pretty. Terrain stresses me the fuck out. I hate painting terrain.
Nice and quickly. You can imagine gaming clubs and tournaments, and all of those people who have a need for a nice looking battlefield quickly are going to find this to be really exciting.
Feel free to hold that one up. if you
Oh,
wanna
there you
show
go.
people
I'll
the
show you what it
details.
looks like. Here you go. If we get
Oh,
the zoom in on
whoa! It
this.
looks
So this is a
absolutely
piece directly
fantastic.
off of the frame that Eddie has just worked on, and you can see the level of detail. You've got the fantastic glow effects around the sort of the lumens and the candles and so on. Inside, you can see the interior detail. Some within the sort of
Oh, and it's
the
snap
walls,
fit.
you can
That's
see
even
this sort of
better.
chipped and very nicely done sort of corrosion dripping down the walls. Really
Yeah,
is a
I
very
love it.
impressive piece of terrain.
Almost there. Almost there.
So now we've got two. Now I always try and put these together too early, so I don't want to ruin doing it. So
Oh, and it snaps
essentially,
in
it just
perfectly
push fits. One
together.
of the things that we've discovered, the guys who run our global events are really excited about this because it's going to enable them to put together large battlefields very quickly, and you can
Oh, yeah.
also unclip these things when you're ready to and put it back into a relatively
So I think-
small space.
Yeah, the
There
whole
you go.
thing.
Oh, that's
actually, if
massive,
you
dude.
leave the kind of floors off, then the whole thing. Oh, I need to clip out those a bit.
We need to do a bit more clipping.
Bit more
There you
clipping.
go.
Tiny bit more clipping. If you take the floors out, the whole thing packs back into the box.
There you go.
Oh,
So that's pretty
Which is nice if
that's
you're looking for
awesome.
somewhere to store your models.
Oh my gosh, that's huge for us.
I think we're almost there.
That's huge for the
Perfect.
people with
So one of the
small
things I think that's quite nice
spaces
about this is
that
I
would just want to
speed
play a
painted
game and
my
be done.
entire
Oh my
build.
gosh.
It took me all of a Saturday to build, and then all of a Sunday to speed paint, and it's still not of the same quality as the completion on this. And so you've done the first
Ta-da!
building in what? The amount of time it's taken us to talk about this. There we go. Moving around.
Actually, and it
really
looks
does look
great.
wonderful. You can see
Like,
the
it doesn't look
architecture
ass
and
at all.
everything
It looks
inside
great.
Yeah,
I
I
actually
couldn't
really
be more
like
excited.
this.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty pleased with this. I'm quite pleased with the effect I've got on some of the glow there as well. I think the
Yeah.
dry brushing
Are you
I've achieved on
taking
this.
credit for all this work?
Yeah, I just made this. Sure, sorry. So
Lovely. Nice. So this is on its way later in the year. It will come behind all of the other starter products.
Yeah,
we just
I
talked
wouldn't be
about.
surprised.
And so you're looking more towards the autumn time or beyond, right?
Yeah, and in terms of price, this one comes in.
Yeah,
it has twice
this
as
looks
much
fantastic.
terrain as the Combat Patrol Battlefield, and it comes in at a little bit more than the cost of 2 Combat Patrols.
There you go. So
So
yeah.
let's see, 2 combat patrols, 179 each. So probably, I mean, it's the cost of a, probably close to 250. But that's also, here's the deal with that is that it's 250, but unless if you're like me who's got like limited space and you just want to play a game and be done, or you work at like a tournament or you're something like that, I think that this is a fantastic deal. I know that there's probably going to be people that are bitching and moaning about this box coming out. I am not going to be one of those people. I'm going to sing the praises on this because I think the one thing that is the biggest pain in the ass, if you don't have the stuff to paint terrain, I think that this is a good buy. And like if you're getting into games and stuff too, and you're playing consistently, even if you're playing with your friends or your spouse or even yourself, right? I think that this is a fantastic. I think this is a fantastic grab.
Really exciting.
10 out of 10.
Whew. Okay, so we've talked about all of the starter sets. We've talked about all of the terrain, the ready paint terrain. Very exciting. I guess we should talk a little bit about the things that are coming along with the first codex of
Yeah,
11th
we should
edition.
probably do that.
So
Oh
it's
yeah,
time to look at some
roadmaps.
orcs.
You want some wheels?
Okay.
Get yourself a truck. I got all the trucks. Big trucks, bigger trucks.
Bigger
the
trucks.
best trucks.
The best
They've
trucks.
got all the gubbins and guns. Grabbing claws, rammy bits, shooters, rockets, you name it. Remember,
Saws.
walking is for kicks and grots. Go fast or
I like
go
them.
home.
They look pretty.
May explode when fired upon. Safety of transported boys is not guaranteed.
That was fun. It's a good time to be an orc this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. They are getting absolutely spoiled. We can confirm today the first codex is orcs,
Mhm.
and alongside the
Oh,
codex,
that's
there are
exciting.
a whole bunch of new miniatures.
Shout out to orc
One of the
players.
most
You guys
exciting miniatures on
you
its
guys
way
get the first
is that
codex
new truck
of
and
the
that
new
mech
edition.
feature on there.
Congratulations, you
mech
guys.
first?
Let's do the mech first. So, orc mechs, those of you who know orcs will know, these are the mechanics that basically put together all of the weird and wonderful creations that go into
I love
battle
that pistol.
alongside your orcs. They are surprisingly good at
Odd
science.
boys with the
Yeah.
innate knowledge to just make awesome things out of scrap.
Gene-coded, innate, kind of inherited knowledge in terms of how to make things like
That's really cool.
teleporters and trucks and guns and
I
shooters.
wish I had
and-
those skills.
Yeah, I
I'd be
mean,
much
you know,
more
if you
useful
apply
around the
yourself, I'm
house.
sure you can do it. But yeah, this is a really cool miniature.
I love the
it has
wrench on
the
his
kind of
shoulder.
Really thematic. He's
That's
got a kind
really
of
cool. I love
spanner
that wrench.
clobber thing there. He's got his slugger. But the thing that he really does is kind of bring with him all of the awesome machines that make Orc Army so fun to play in
Yeah.
Warhammer 40,000.
So with no further ado, let's talk about the truck then, which is maybe the star
The
of our
truck looks
show.
fantastic. I like the
This is
grok hanging off of
new
it.
Orc truck. It's an evolution of the classic Orc truck that you know and love.
I love
A little
the
bit bigger, a few more options.
I love the
It's
claw
really
and the
just wonderful
guns.
to look at. It comes with a variety of options in terms of weapon mounts. You've got the big shooter, you've got the rocket launcher, you have options for a grabber claw and a buzzsaw, and
That's
all of
cool.
those can be swapped in positions on the top so that you can build different configurations to have some great
You're telling me that they're making the model easier to put together and take apart? That's huge.
variety as you're making your trucks.
Yeah, this is a phenomenally cool miniature. Like the current truck is really cool, right? The
Absolutely.
truck
I
that is
love
in current
this.
Orc
The
Armies,
truck design is
is a perfectly
fantastic.
good vehicle, but it's been with us for a long time.
Man,
now,
they're
right?
really
Like, it's
telling me
been a-
to get into an orc
something
army.
like that. Yeah,
I
it's
don't
been
really
around
like
for
the
a while.
orcs.
This is a beautiful reinvention of it. The thing that really makes this
Let me
is the
rephrase
fact
that.
you can build it in
I
so
don't
many
mind the
different ways.
orcs. It's
Where
just
the
eh.
pintle mount goes, where the close combat weapon goes, how the boys.
I
are
need to finish
positioned, what
my
the driver looks like.
revamp of
Even
my
though on the
army
screen you can see the way it
before
looks
I
like
do
it's
anything
going around
else.
the corner, 'cause you can alter the look of the
Yeah,
suspension.
you can kind of play with where the wheels are, and I think especially if you've gone for a really heavy sort of Evil Sons or Speed Freak style army,
That's
and you
really
want
cool.
to have a bit of variety in your force, this one kit with no changes at all from what comes in the box can be built enough times that you would never need to replicate what a single truck looks like.
Yeah, so we've got a couple here on the desk. The one I'm most excited by is the one with this awesome looking skull prow at
Yeah,
the front.
I like the
It
skull
just
prow.
looks so like mean and orky. This sort of whole skull motif for the orcs is so iconic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
really
teeth.
fantastic. Now, what we wanted to do, the reason we brought these along, is so I can sandwich this little guy in
Make some
between them.
space in the
What is
partnership there.
this?
Show you, if you've already got some orc trucks in your collection, how nice they're going to look. Don't want to mangle the models, Adam.
The heavy metal tip will get you.
I know,
Oh
right?
wow.
So this is how it looks with the classic truck in between. It's a really good look, I think.
Yeah,
if,
it
if
is.
you've
Very
already
happy.
got some trucks in your army, you can absolutely keep them alongside these new ones. I think there's something to be said for an orc army. It's got a bit of a ramshackle look to it.
I know, it's
you
great. I
could
love the
replace them
claws. I
completely,
love
or if you want
the-
to have a mix. That's absolutely fine. But I think the new ones just bring. They just look great. They got so many
Yeah.
cool options.
Yeah, I agree.
They're going to look phenomenal.
Nice.
I like the
So,
groks hanging off of them.
A couple
That's
of
such a good.
fantastic brand new kits coming for the orcs. There's more
That's
on
so
the way
cool.
that people might be able to learn about through the progress of the Deathmire.
Yeah,
events.
that's right. So there's lots of orc stuff still to come. Some of the stuff we're showing you today, some of it will
I
be
guess the orc
revealed
kits are that
potentially
old.
if the
I didn't
orcs
know
do well
that.
in the Siege of Deathmire campaign that's currently running. So if you want to see some more orcs, play some games, send in your results, and you might get to see some more very, very soon.
Oh,
there
that's
are
cool.
a few other boxes to talk about today, though. We've got the other stuff from Armageddon as well.
Yeah, that's right. So essentially, if you wanted to pick up some of the things from Armageddon or duplicate them, we're going to be releasing the Dakar rig separately, the War Track separately, and the Weird Boy separately,
Oh.
and also the other sort of command staff. Is that the right word for an orc?
Sure, why not?
So the Banner Knob, the Big Boss, and the Pain Boy will be released in a command crew set as well. So there's a whole bunch of extra stuff to come. We should probably talk a bit about the codex itself, though, right?
Yes.
So obviously, this is the first codex of 11th edition, and
Oh, it looks
heralds something really
fantastic.
exciting in terms of a format.
Oh, I
change
like the
for
sleeve.
Warhammer
It comes with the
40,000
sleeve.
codexes. So here you can see it's contained in a slipcase.
Do they
and
show
we've
the
got one
roadmap,
live
chat?
in front of you.
I don't know.
So it's a
I don't think they
perfect
showed the
bound
roadmap.
book, slightly smaller than the codex
Oh,
in
whoa.
terms of the height.
But it shows
is
you,
really thick
like-
and is packed with an incredible amount of orky content.
Oh, that's really
178
cool.
pages it is.
Perfect. And the first thing that I would like to just eulogize on is how incredible the
I like
lore
the
section
soft
for this is.
black.
We are
I
talking
like
a
the
really
soft spine
thick
instead of the
lore section,
hardbacks.
which is everything you would want to know about the orcs and how they operate. It's got a gatefold map. You can
Oh,
see
look,
here, which is
Actarius,
the
Ryza.
orky perspective on the galaxy. All the
That's so
places that
cool.
the orcs are fighting, all the different wars that are taking place. But there's a lot more to it than that. It talks about the orcs, where they come from, how they fight, their culture, the different clan structures. Literally the most complete guide on orcs you could hope for, and perhaps the most information.
The
on
art
orcs
is
there's ever been in one
fantastic.
place. Every unit gets its own full
I like
bestiary
that one.
section, for example. Information on the glyphs, information on like what clan icons and things that like. It's really great. But also, some people might be interested in the rules.
Yeah, so one of the big changes to the rules in this codex versus the previous ones was in the last edition, there was quite a lot of rules in your codex, but quite
Yes.
a lot of them you couldn't use in all the different types of games.
Yep.
So if some of it you could only use in Crusade games, for example, all of the rules in this codex, and there are at least as many rules in this one as there were in the last one, you
Yeah.
can use in every type of game.
Thank
One
God.
of the ways that that manifests, you'll immediately notice, is the amount of detachments that you get to play with. There are
Holy crap. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. Is that 15 different attachments? That's
15 different orc
there it
detachments.
is. That's
in this
awesome.
codex.
That's loads of ways to use your
Loads of
army,
different ways
right?
to put your army together, ranging from
That's
lots of
so
different sizes
cool.
in terms of detachment points. It gives you a huge variety of different ways that you can.
Oh,
potentially
here, let me
put
move.
an
I'm
army
sorry,
together.
chat. I just
Some of
noticed
these-
all that I'm in the way here. Let me move my way out of the way. "15 different attachments" is actually fantastic for this. There we go.
You could probably guess at the
15
themes
different
along with some
attachments
fast ones,
there,
some
as you
stocky
can see.
Yeah, the flight always
Fantastic.
gives itself away, doesn't
Right,
it?
like so there's some ones you could probably guess at, but there'll be loads of brand new ways that you could put together an orc army that's just never been possible before, and it gives you a sense of what codexes will feel like in the new edition, where they will bring this huge variety.
15
of
attachments is
list
so
building
good.
Opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's more to it than just the detachments. Obviously, the rules have been looked at
And the
by
art
the
looks
Warhammer
fantastic.
rules team, and they've come up with some things. This is the army special rule, essentially, isn't it?
Yeah, so war, right? You can't
Infamous
have
war
you can't have an
cry,
orc codex
reroll
without
advanced
war.
rolls,
The
become
war rule
riled
has changed
up.
a little bit.
Started the
So
rules when
there'll
the
be some
unit
things
is
that are familiar,
riled
there's some
up.
slight changes.
Do you
It
think
still
riling
allows
up an orc is like riling up a dog or a cat, you know, where you just like overstimulate them to the point where they like freak out and start like running across the carpet? Like if I shove my hand in an orc's face, I'm like, do you think they're like sitting there like, like they're like wanting to fight you? I say that it's probably they're like that.
you to run and charge, but it now lets you re-roll that run as well.
That's
It
cool.
also lets you have assault on all of your weapons, which is a thing it didn't used to do. So that
Yeah,
means
that's
if you've
nice.
got a very shooty army, so like speed freaks, you've got loads of like bikes and buggies and things.
Yeah, we
that-
stand back with flash kits.
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever.
immediately really useful. And it also gives you the riled up ability, which triggers all sorts of things across all the sorts of different bits of the codex, where other units will become more powerful, and you still get that invulnerable save as well to make your.
It's a
orcs-
really great.
It's a
army rule,
really
Yeah.
really good rule. For one turn of the game, you will have a great turn every single game.
Yeah, and then all of the units within the codex have had their data sheets looked at. So here's the truck that we just showed you before,
Let's
and you
see.
can see
Monster vehicle, non-monster. Oh, okay, non-monster vehicle. I was like, man, it's a monster and a vehicle. That's crazy. Rapid fire 4, rocket launcher busta. Man, buzzsaw with a cleave with extra attacks. Damn. You could replace the rocket launcher with a buzzsaw or the grabbing claw. So I guess can you have both the shooters on there? So like, could you have the one like? Could you have the gun, like both of the guns on there, or do you think you can only take one gun at a time? Doesn't say. Big shooter can be replaced with one. Okay, no, it says right there at the bottom that the big shooter can be replaced with a rocket launcher, and the model can be equipped with one of the following. So you can't have both guns. Makes sense. They don't want you to have super powerful abilities here. Deadly Demise D3, firing deck 12. That's actually really good. Piling out when your opponent's movement phase is when an enemy unit ends with 8 inches to this of this model. Units embarked within this model can make a disembark move using rapid disembark mode. Very nice. And the transport can transport 12 orcs, but it can't transport like a jump pack or Garazgul or mega armor models. Or each mega armor takes up 2 space. Okay, cool.
what's gone on with it, so you can see the different weapon options and things to give you a sense of what it means for your codex. I suppose.
For orcs,
Yeah, so
that's
what you'd
fantastic.
expect- it still kind of has a similar-ish.
you still have a
stat line
ballistic
to
save
what
of
the truck
5+.
does at the moment. It is a kind of medium.
I don't know how well that would be good for the
things that you'll
rockets.
notice are that it has more weapon options than it
Mhm.
used to. So you've got options there for different combat weapons, different shooting weapons.
And piling out is quite a nice
Yeah,
thing,
you've
isn't it?
got
Yeah.
a really cool little mechanic where if an enemy unit gets nearby, something like
The
a
rocket-
fire dragon.
The rocket blaster being strength 4, but the busta being strength 10 is interesting. And also 0 AP. I guess they didn't want you to be like super busted. Wait, the bust is 2 attacks, ballistic hits on 5 ups, strength of 10, minus 2 AP, and then 3 damage. That's
Or,
crazy.
eliminator or something is ready to kind of eradicate. Sorry, ready to kill your truck. You can pile the boys out, ready to kind of countercharge. and to
It's
avoid being
invulnerable
caught in
save as a
explosions and
6
stuff like
up.
that. It's a really useful little rule that's got some quite neat little tactical plays you can do with it. So I think trucks are going to be very useful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. And then in terms of other data sheets that have been looked at, it'd be worth looking at the Orc Boys, who really have had something of a stat line glow up, it's fair to say.
Yeah, there's
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they really have had a good glow up here for the stat line. 6 inches of movement, 5 toughness, save on 5s. 1 wound for the boy and 3 wounds for the knob. 7 up leadership, 2 OC. Pretty good. Pretty good for the orcs. Especially because you could take so many of them and they're so ridiculously, crazily, like hard to kill a whole unit of them. It's a good little glow up for them.
There's a lot going on this data sheet, and I think I would recommend if you've got an orc army, take a screenshot. This
Yeah,
cool stuff.
Yeah.
now is the moment to record this.
There's the first thing you'll notice is there's loads of weapon options. So
Yes.
one of the things we got asked a lot about the Armageddon box was, is that all the options that the orcs will have in
No.
the new edition? It absolutely isn't. You've got loads of
I
different
knew
choices.
that
You've got
wasn't
More
the
than you've had
case.
recently.
more than I think you've ever had
Warhammer
for
fans
an orc unit.
dooming.
You've got some classic stuff returning.
Trying
so
not to
you've got
doom.
Burner back
Yeah.
in this
Challenge.
unit
Fan
now,
of not having a roll to hit.
Difficulty
which is pretty
impossible.
cool. You've got loads of different options for your boss's weapon. And the thing I want to draw your attention to is almost kind of tucked away right at the bottom of that stat line. There is the strength of a basic orc boy is now 5, and
Yeah.
that is
Such bad news for
that
Space
is an
Marines.
across the codex update
Fantastic.
to your orcs. Every single orc is at least strength 5 all of
Fantastic.
the time now. So that goes for boys. It also goes for your kind of beast snaggers and all of the things like your knobs and warbosses.
That's
and
what they
everything get
needed. They
commensurate,
needed
increase
better
as well.
strength.
So you're already pretty.
Because you're not
scary
relying on them
orcs
doing
get
good
even
shooting.
scarier all the
You're
time
relying
with
on
this
them
one.
getting into fighting and
Fantastic.
beating
I
the
think,
hell out of you with
it
melee
just looks
weapons.
like a load of great information. I'm really excited
I'm
about
gonna have a
this
great
codex.
time with this codex.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a really good time.
And it heralds something really interesting. The last thing to talk about with the codex is obviously in the back of it, it includes the code that you will put into your Warhammer 40,000 app to
Fantastic.
unlock and access the rules. It does something else on top of that. This is kind of like your passport to ongoing content for
Passport.
your Warhammer 40,000 Orc Codex throughout its lifespan. There will be regular drops of lore and rules.
Oh,
so that
that's
you can continue
sick.
to get great stuff out of your codex as
They're
time
really trying to sweeten up the app. And honestly, I like it. I respect it. Sweeten up the app, dude.
continues. They've given us a sneak peek into some of the stuff that's coming, and it sounds both really cool and really thematic. So I'm quite excited to see what happens with that. And then I imagine all the other codexes that follow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So yeah, the first codex coming down the pipe is Warhammer 40,000 Orcs, and it looks amazing.
Do stick around. We have more Warhammer 40,000 for you later in the preview.
Yes,
as
yeah,
well,
we'll be
so do stick
returning
around.
to the 41st millennium later on in the show. For now, though, we're going to segue into something which is quite interesting. We've talked a lot about ways to get people who are new to Warhammer started with Warhammer 40,000. So let's talk for a little bit about the Warhammer Academy.
Warhammer. Oh, is this that? I'm not interested in this. It's the plus subscription that you can get to help you play the game. I don't know how well. Frankly speaking, you could go find a local gaming store to teach you 40K. Is what I would recommend. Not a lot of things you can learn just from watching videos on the internet, or you can just watch videos on the internet. YouTube's free, Google's free, Facebook.
Wise wizard beneath the mountain. We are in search of enlightenment. Long and difficult has been our journey, and many things are still hidden from us.
Tell me what you seek.
What is the difference between the Black Rage and the Red Thirst?
How do you get decals to lay smoothly on a Space Marine shoulder?
Yeah.
And how exactly do you use command points?
Ah! So you seek to learn the ways of Warhammer.
Yeah, this is just the Warhammer Plus thing. I wouldn't recommend. Save your money, Chief. I think it. Okay, I'll be the first person. Save your money. Try to see if look up stuff your own. Go to a local gaming store. Don't waste your money on this, chat. This isn't a
So,
kind of
why
dumb.
Wizard Beneath the Mountain? What is the Warhammer Academy?
I'm so glad you asked, Eddie. Warhammer Academy is a really exciting thing that we've been working on behind the
Unless
scenes
it's
here at Games
free,
for a
then
while
do
now,
it.
and is the perfect
But I don't
way
think it's
to
free.
answer the question, how do I get started with Warhammer? The idea is that people can come to this website, which is free to use, and they can get guided first steps on how to begin exploring Warhammer.
Is it
So
free?
there's,
You guys are
gonna be
dancing
at
around the
launch,
question.
like
I would have said it
well
by
over
now.
100 videos, which are all video lessons that
Are
deal
they
with,
free?
The lore and collecting, with painting and modeling.
Are they
gaming,
free?
to get you on your first steps? I'm out of breath. I had to throw this costume on to get you started on your sort of first steps through.
Are they
Warhammer.
free, guys?
When the website launches, it will focus on Warhammer 40,000 to coincide alongside all of these new starter products, so that people can like experience Warhammer
Guys,
for the first
Be
time.
honest.
and
Is
go
it
through
free?
Sort of learning all about the universe and what the factions and the armies are, and really going on that same journey that we've all been when we've been able to sit down with somebody. And
Do I need a
talk all
Warhammer
about
Plus
Warhammer.
subscription for this?
And then the painting team have put together these amazing videos that start really basic and then go all the way through to some really great techniques that will have your army looking fantastic. And then the gaming side takes it from the assumption you've never played a game of Warhammer before and takes you all the way through to playing your first games of Combat Patrol, which we played and had a lot of fun with. And so you should be able to have a wonderful
on.
experience. If you are completely new to Warhammer, or there's somebody in your life that wants to get started, this is a wonderful thing to point them towards when we launch it, and they'll be able to take their first steps. If you want to sharpen your own skills, we talk about, as we've been working on the wonderful Warhammer hobby that we all enjoy, and so the holes in your confidence and have a great time.
Sounds wonderful.
We're
Right,
skipping through
and
this a little
the
bit.
Releases alongside those Warhammer 40,000 starter sets that we talked about previously. So not long now, a month or
Is
so.
it
and then
free?
You'll be able to see Warhammer Academy for yourself.
Sounds great.
Perfect. I'm really excited. Right. Now I'm going to get out of this costume. And while we do, let's travel to the old world.
They never explain if it's free. It could be free. If it's free, do it. If it's not free, don't do it. It's not worth the money. YouTube's free. Google's free. Stay away from Reddit. But all that stuff's free, dude. There's Discords dedicated to it. There's tabletop simulator communities dedicated to it. There's so many things that you can spend if you want to spend your money on. Spend your money on. I would not spend your money on a class, like a class that teaches you how to. I would spend the money on like teaching like a class that teaches you how to code or something like that. That's a cool model. I like the dragon. Well, the Sorcerer Lord looks really cool too. Man, Old Lord looks pretty rad. Old World looks pretty rad. Jade and Iron Clash.
Welcome back. I've returned to normal, and we are now thrilled by some news for Warhammer the Old World. That was a great looking box of miniatures. There's a lot to talk about. We've got some of the models here to get close-ups on in a little while. For now, let's dive into that new 2-player box for Warhammer the Old World. This features 2 armies going head-to-head. You have the army of Grand Cathay going up against the Chaos Warriors. So within it, you will see in a moment the Cathay force.
Ooh, the Cathay look good.
Oh
man, the ogre.
Yeah, they're quite new miniatures.
Oh, I really
And
like
this is
those
an army
models.
you'll have already seen before. So you've got the Jade Warriors, you've got the Jade Lancers.
I like the
units you'll be
Lancers. They
familiar
look
with.
cool.
And they're taking a big part in the sort of ongoing struggle.
Wait, didn't they show these last year or showed these last thing that we did in February or March?
It's a beautiful
or
army.
April?
You've seen it before. The showstopper for this new box is the wonderful new range of all plastic Warriors of Chaos.
They
which
look
you'll
cool.
Find in the other half of this box set. So here you can see the Chaos Warriors themselves.
Yeah, this is an amazing update to your Warhammer Old World Warriors of Chaos. Warriors of Chaos, of course, one of the archetypal villains, one of the archetypal visuals, really, of Warhammer the Old World. This is a really cool army. All the bits in this are multi-part, and these are all brand new plastic miniatures.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Chaos Warriors are kind of the mainstay of the Warriors of Chaos army. These are elite heavy infantry in the best armor that you can get in Warhammer the Old World, and they stride forward in ranks of hard-to-kill warriors, and they will deal punishment when they get there. Of course, they are but part of this new force. The other part, and perhaps the most iconic of the Warriors of Chaos units, are the Chaos Knights. These are super elite heavy cavalry. Inside this new box, you get 4 Chaos Knights. It's a classic size. If you remember days of yore, you're going back in time a long way now, when Chaos Knights used to often feature in units of 4. So you have what you'd expect: a champion, a musician, a standard bearer, and then an additional knight. They can be swapped out with the lances that you see here in the picture.
And
so
you can
do
add
big
into the unit, obviously, and
yeah,
make
absolutely.
it bigger.
You get 4 in the box. You'll be able to get more as time goes on. So if you want to build bigger units of Chaos Knights, you
Old
certainly will
World
be able
fans
to.
are eating good
Chaos
tonight.
Knights are some of the hardest hitting and most dangerous cavalry units in all of Warhammer.
They're also just like almost the archetypal heavy cavalry, right? Like
Yeah,
when
absolutely.
you build an army for Warhammer the Old World, you're like, well, I can take a charge, but could I take a charge from Chaos Knights?
Probably
it's like
not.
the absolute pinnacle of the hardest hitting unit. So lots of people very keen to include this unit in their army if you've got a Chaos Force. So almost never see a Chaos army without a unit of Chaos Knights. They're just so effective.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the force is led by some champions of chaos.
He
You
looks
have one on foot
fantastic.
and one on horse. This one here you can see is modelled as a battle standard bearer. The kit contains enough options that you can swap around the things. So in a moment, as we see the screen progress, you'll see some of the things you can do.
Oh,
It also has a chaos
rad.
champion on a demonic mount. This is my favourite model in the set. It is
Yeah.
beautiful.
I
and
love the
it's a
knife
really
on the
fun
head. I
image.
love the
I think it
horns.
looks like the
What a pretty
artwork
model.
of Chaos
What a
Warriors from some of
gorgeous
those
model.
old Warhammer Fantasy
yeah.
army books.
I love that
and
helmet.
The miniatures have finally got to the point
I love
where
that
they
helmet
can
too.
capture, like the thing that you sort of imagined that Chaos Warriors you wanted them to look like all those years ago. It's just such a cool kit. I love the standard bearer as well. I think this champion kit is one of the best sort of hero kits that Warhammer has yet released.
Yeah, I don't have a Chaos Army for Warhammer. I never have, but I would really like to get my hands on that model. I think it just works beautifully. So let's talk for a little bit about that box. It's a 2-player core box for Warhammer the Old World. It's essentially what you need to start playing Warhammer the Old World if you haven't before. It's an enormous box. It
Yeah, it
contains
is.
the armies. It also contains the rulebook and a muster list. The rulebook is the same rules as you currently use for Warhammer the Old World. So if you're sat there worrying that this is going to change the rules that you're playing with, it won't. The difference really with this rulebook and the rulebook you already have, if you're already playing the Old World, is that the erratas and things that exist online are woven into this. So
okay.
that should make life a little
You
bit
can
easier.
bring just this book, and you don't need to worry about any other documents. Or anything.
Exactly.
Just have
And
the
then further to that, it has an additional section called Battle
I've
March.
never met an
We'll
Old
talk more
World
about
player.
that in a little
I
while.
saw another
That's like the
miniature
one thing I've
when we
never
showed
met.
it to
I've
me.
never
we'll
met
just
an
talk
Old
about the muster
World
list before we
player.
go. Muster list is the rules for the models that are in the box. There you go. This is how to play Warhammer all in one handy box, and is very exciting and continues the thing that we know and love. Now,
Let's talk dragons, Adam.
yeah, let's talk dragons. We're all
Yeah,
very
this guy's
excited. This
cool.
might be my favorite thing in the entire preview. It is such a show-stopping model.
This is such a cool
the
model.
Warriors of Chaos, Lord on Chaos Dragon, and there's so much to talk about. Eddie?
You just get a sense of the size of it just from that shot where it was already taller than the 3-story buildings
Yeah,
that
no
are behind
kidding.
it. It is an absolutely enormous, phenomenally cool miniature for Warhammer the Old World. I think probably the biggest.
The dragon's
monster
two-headed. I didn't even
we've
see
had
that till
released
now.
yet.
It's got to be right up there, and there have been some fantastic kits since Warhammer the Old World launched. There's things to talk about. The first, I want to just wax lyrical on how cool Chaos Dragons are. We've seen this image before of Chaos Dragons with two heads. There used to be a like a special character Chaos Dragon.
Garak the Chaos Dragon, which was the kind of one that had eaten the Lord of Change, and then before that you had Von Horstmann,
That's right,
who
yeah.
was the kind of former College of Magic in the Empire
There you
character, who was on a two-headed Tzeentchian dragon. But
That's
a
right.
long time ago. We've never had a plastic version of it. A plastic two-headed Chaos Dragon has been a long time coming, and I think even though we've waited decades for it, this is worth the wait. This is a really cool model.
It's also what we sometimes call a two for kit, in that you can make a different option with it. So you've seen the Chaos Lord,
Warrior
this is the
Sorcerer Lord on the
Sorcerer Lord,
Chaos Dragon.
and there's some differences. The first is the rider. Obviously, he's now a hunched and wizened Chaos Sorcerer, which is a powerful unit in its own right. It can be up to a level 4 wizard. He's not bad in a fight. He's backed up by a two-headed Chaos Dragon. Everything you would want
You're not going to
enjoy.
kill him with a light cavalry unit. Are you?
No, absolutely not. Additionally, there's some slight differences with the dragon itself. You'll notice that this one has sort of different frills and things. So if you wanted two dragons, you could have different riders on them, and they would look a bit different. And then with a little bit of sort of paint magic, what you've got is two very striking, different-looking Chaos Dragons in your army. Very exciting centerpiece model. The images that the video team have put together here capture its majesty. It's possibly even better in the flesh, and we have it on the desk here, so you can see it looming over some of these new Chaos Warrior models.
Yeah, one of the things we haven't mentioned as well is just next to the Chaos Dragon, just below it here, whichever one you don't build. So if you build the Chaos Lord on the dragon,
Oh, so you could build
get a Chaos Sorcerer Lord on.
Oh,
foot.
very
And if you build the
nice.
Sorcerer Lord on the dragon, you get a Chaos Lord on foot. So whatever way you build this, you get basically two very powerful.
So this is
hero
the
miniatures.
Sorcerer Lord that you would get if you built it with the Chaos Lord, and then
And
this
that's
is the Chaos Lord on foot. If
Very
you built it with the
nice.
Sorcerer. So, oh crikey, always worried I'm going to.
Good way to magnetize. I think you magnetize that.
Really
Be smart.
great kit. You can see all the other things in
Just
front
the
of us.
size of it as well. I
Yeah.
mean, these are big models, right? The Chaos Knights are not small cavalry models, and this is about 4 times the height of them. So it's a big old beast, and also just phenomenally good in the game as well, right? Like a Chaos Lord on a two-headed Chaos Dragon is up there with the very best units in all of Warhammer the Old World. There's almost nothing that can go toe to toe.
I just want to, before we move on from Chaos Warriors, have a look at the back of the Chaos Champion on horse. You can see all of this amazing extra detail. He's got like fur under his saddle. He's got like heads hanging from chains.
Yeah.
Like the detail on these models is just wild.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's worth calling out actually about these Chaos Warriors particularly is that these are Chaos Warriors designed for Warhammer the Old World, so they're meant to look like the logical extension of the kind of Marauder
Absolutely.
archetype.
They're very
So-
much sort of the sort of chaos armored
Yeah.
barbarians from the
But
north.
there's still a
descending
little
on
bit of that kind of like barbarian raider vibe to them. They've got the look of someone who's kind of walked out of the Arctic North of the Warhammer world. So that
Just
they
about to ransack the old world.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, you've got to love it. Right. Obviously, alongside the new core box, people might want to get their hands on some other things that would be useful. So here you can see common magic items and laws of magic. These are cards which enable you to do quick reference as you're playing your games and can be very useful. They're not required. Obviously, the rules for these things exist inside the book.
Cool.
There's also another thing that we said we would talk about a little bit. This is Battle March, the General's Companion. Now, Battle March is a new way to play games of Warhammer the Old World. The way this works is that you build smaller forces, not unlike Spearhead or Combat Patrol, between 400 and 700 points, and then you unleash them in games that are quicker to play and more straightforward. There's some rules in this companion which sort of detail how you make your force. So there's some limitations on what you can. and
I
can't take,
honestly,
and
I
some
feel so bad.
requirements,
I have nothing
and
to
then
say.
there's
I'm
different
not an
scenarios to
old
play.
world player,
The
so like
rules
the
for
models are
Battle March
cool.
in the new rulebook,
This, I guess,
and
this is
there's
cool.
those rules
I wish I
and
was more
more
knowledgeable
information
about the
and more
old world.
scenarios and
I'm
ways to
not.
play are found
I
inside
think
this
it's
Battle March
cool, but
General's
like I'm
Companion.
still not
So
interested
whichever
in
one you
learning
want to take as your option
old
in,
world.
you
I'll
can
be
start
honest.
playing, I don't know, like lunchtime leagues or maybe like a campaign across a weekend of like quick turnaround games.
Or if you've just started an army for the first time and you maybe haven't got enough to play a full-size game, you can
Yeah,
still play
absolutely.
with a smaller force.
Yes. Now, to help you with that, they are releasing the first of Battle March armies. So this is the Warriors of Chaos and Grand Cathay Battle March armies, and they contain a variety of units deliberately designed to give you a good Battle March experience.
So they're making
and you could
combat
totally
patrols
add
essentially
these
for
to
the old
new
world.
box,
Cool.
And then you have nice big armies if you wanted to play
Yeah,
larger
we were
games too.
talking
So
about
the old
if you
world
add
people,
either of
they're
these boxes
probably super
onto
excited.
your,
I hope
the
they
new
are.
sets coming out with the Warriors of Chaos and the Army of Grand Cathay, and then you add something like a monster like a two-headed dragon,
Yeah, or a Cathayan dragon.
or a
perhaps,
Cathayan
even.
dragon, you've pretty much got an army ready to go.
Yeah.
These are really lovely places to start a force, or just a really good way to bolt on loads of troops onto an army.
Yeah, absolutely. There's also more coming for the old world. This is the Arcane Journal, The March of Chaos. This continues the narrative that we're seeing unfold in the old world at the moment. The Chainbreaker, this Chaos Lord, is descending from the north with an enormous throng. They're ploughing through the northern provinces of the Empire. Even the forces of Grand Cathay have been called in, volunteered themselves to come in and try and stave off this invasion. And
Cool.
it's a grim affair. Magic is being fired around
The
everywhere.
dragon's cool.
So
The
that
two-headed
card deck
dragon
is
guy's
for
cool.
Magic ploys, which the winds of magic are blowing so furiously that there's loads of different magic escapades and things to get on with. It's a really good time to be playing Warhammer Old World right now.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the narrative they're kind of weaving as well about all these different invasions leading up to a big war. Some would say a great war.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, I like that. That was a good deep cut if you know your Warhammer history. So, slight segue. It's not quite the old world, but it's very similar. Let's talk about Blood Bowl for a minute.
Oh, here we go.
Blood Bowl is the game of fantasy football.
What do we
and there are
got?
some really exciting things to show with the release of the new Spike Journal. This is Spike Journal 22. Blood Bowl 7s is the theme. What's Blood Bowl 7s? I hear you ask. Well, I'm glad
Blood
you
Bowl 7s, Adam?
There you go. Perfect. Blood Bowl 7s is essentially a
Dungeon
way of
Bowl.
playing Blood Bowl, which is
Or
akin to
Blitz
like
Bowl.
rugby 7s or five-a-side football. So you're compacting your team. You're
Yep.
playing faster
Blitz
games
Bowl.
on a smaller pitch.
Hell
Very
yeah.
frenetic. It really changes quite a lot of the tactics and the ways that you would play, and makes for a
Yeah, it's just Blitz
entirely
Bowl.
different and very fun experience.
I'm a
you
fan
get
of
all
that.
your
That's
positionals,
hella nice.
in this game. So you've got quite a lot of skills and things on the tabletop, and it's just a lot of fun. I'm
So
excited.
you're doing
for this,
seven on.
but
You're
I'm
doing
even
sevens
more
on.
excited
That's
for what we're
awesome.
about to show you, which is some fantastic new Blood Bowl miniatures. The first of which is
What
a
do we
new
got?
big one available for several teams. This is the Rat
Ogre.
I love this model. I think the thing that I most love about it is
Oh
if
my
you look at his
gosh.
shoulder, he has a little rat
It's-
with a piece of
oh my
cheese
gosh.
and a flag on his tail.
That is beautiful, but
see a
is
little
it
man.
better or as good as a rat wearing a gas
Oh,
mask and
he's
carrying a
fucking.
lump
I'm
of
gonna
water?
paint
It's
one and name
very
him
close, and I
Shrek.
think you'll have to make that decision for yourself.
all
whether you get
Rat
hold of
Ogre
your own
now.
Rat Ogre. I
You
think the cheese
could
takes
build
it.
your rat ogre without either of those rats, but boo.
I mean, you
Yeah,
could if you
that'd be
wanted to not have a
lame.
rat on his shoulder. You guess you could do without.
The
but
funny thing is,
does anyone want that?
This is also a great model, but if you're not taking one of the rats,
fucking
think,
love
you're mad.
him.
This is available for a number of teams. Obviously, you can use it in the Skaven team. but
I
also
wish
some of
I
your
could have
peasants
his
and the Chaos
body
Renegade
type.
teams. If you want some real muscle to go in there and just clobber
That's
the
cool,
enemy,
though.
break the enemy line so that your team can run through
You've
and
got
score
some
goals.
mutation options in there as well.
Yeah,
I can see.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of big uns, there's another one on the way. This is a Minotaur.
Or
That's
Minotaur.
sick.
Yeah, absolutely. This is another one of those iconic, heavy-hitting Blood Bowl units, and it's again available for a variety.
So you probably
of
could
Blood Bowl teams.
run. Definitely, these guys are going to be ran like you would run like defensive tackles or offensive linemen. Very big fan of that. I would probably run these guys as deep tackles. Minotaurs and the Rat Ogre.
You can use it in the
That's
Chaos
how I'd run
Chosen,
these
you can use
guys.
it in the Chaos Dwarf list. You can use it in the Chaos Renegade teams. And here you can see the different ways
That's
you can build
sick.
it to fit more in with the teams that you're used to using.
Yeah, so this one here on the screen at the
Like
moment,
more
rather
Slanesh
than
based.
hands or even hooves, has got kind of
Yeah,
scorpion
why
claws.
catch the ball, right?
Yeah, he's not going to do much catching, but he might do even better clobbering than a regular Minotaur.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, those are wonderful. The thing I'm most excited about, not just for this Blood Bowl reveal, but maybe in all of Blood Bowl, is our next reveal.
He is your favourite, Adam.
Morgenthorg is my favourite thing
Morgan
about
Thorg's
Blood
back.
Bowl. I absolutely love him. He's been an iconic character from right from the start. There is a new multi-part plastic Morgenthorg model coming, and he is
Oh, that's sick.
wonderful. The kit enables you to make him in one of
So you
three
could do
very
pre
iconic
and post
designs. You can
chaos,
do,
I
like,
assume,
the
right?
Reaver's one, which really sort of connects to that iconic artwork that we used to seeing with Morg. Here is another version. This is him in his gouged eye motif when he played
That's
for an Orc
awesome.
team, and you can see like the Orc charms and things around his neck. This is for the Chaos All Stars when he played with that team. That was his first ever team. You see, he's still got hair.
You can see he's also got each of the Chaos Gods icons on his.
Yeah,
little chain
that's
around his
really
neck as
cool.
well, which is really cool.
Absolutely love it. If you are unfamiliar with Blood Bowl or Morg in particular, let me just tell you, he is genuinely one of the
Adam,
best
can you take him in a halfling team?
You can, and I have used him to lead my halflings to almost glory a number of times.
Yeah, because he's a freaking ridiculously good model.
He's really heavily armored. He's got great skills, mighty blow, loads of armor, everything.
So if you're curious or whatever, Morgan Thorg is literally like putting an NFL lineman in with a Pee Wee squad. That's the way that you can describe it, and it's pretty accurate because Morgan Thorg is fucking ridiculous.
You could possibly want, and he costs a load of points. So halflings are
Yeah.
cheap, so
Can
you
he
stack
throw
a load of
halflings?
He can throw a halfling.
Yes,
In
he
fact,
can.
My halfling, my favorite halfling, Captain Colin Head, scored many a touchdown and nearly died as he would be lobbed down the pitch. I could talk about Morg for far too long. He's coming soon. I'm very excited. Please let me
He's
have one.
very
Let's look at
good.
the models.
Oh
Okay,
man,
so
they
the
look
Morg.
there we go. These are the
fantastic.
beautiful heavy metal painted Morg models, and here you can see what they look like. So going sort of from this side onwards, this is Morg. Were you to build him in that sort of gouged eye look? And you
I
see
love
his
that.
armor looks like the sort of armor that Black Hawks wear.
Yeah, so you get different armor, different head, different chest plates. You've got a bunch of different options.
Yeah, and then this is Morg with the Reichland Reavers uniform, and then
From I think the first edition Blood Bowl.
well, yeah,
or was it
a
second?
number of them really. I think he's appeared on a couple of covers, and then if you wanted to do him as
The
Chaos
Chaos
Stars,
Edition.
you'd, use this one. But ultimately, build your Morg how you want, and just go and clobber the enemy and score some touchdowns.
What a
There you go.
freak of a
We
model.
have
I'm
the other
glad
models
he's
on
got
the
a
table
model
as
now.
well. You
He's a
can
good
see the
centerpiece too.
Minotaur, a
Yeah,
Raptor,
I want to see the
and
Rat
another
Ogres and the
Minotaur.
Minotaurs.
These are all
Turn
hulking
him so you
models.
get a
They
really good
tower
shot
above
of
the
that.
average lineman.
Right with the cheese there.
There you go. That's the real star. Of the
That's he's
show,
the
that.
star, yeah.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh.
So there we go. A good time for Blood Bowl. 3 amazing new big characters coming your way. A new way to play Blood Bowl in the new Spike Journal. I'm very excited about this. And we are nowhere near done with this preview.
Let's keep going.
Right. Why don't we go to the Age of Darkness?
All right, Horace Harris. I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. Yes! Yes! Oh my gosh, I'm feeling everything. Holy shit! Holy shit. Oh! Oh! Hell fucking yes. Hell yes. I'm going to come. Show me more. Now I gotta do a whole chat, my fucking bank account, chat, my fucking bank account. I can't do this no more, chat. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. Oh my god. I'm not cool right now. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is a new Oh, I thought this was a new Contemptor. I'm so fucking excited. Look how good he looks. Look how good my fucking Telemon looks. My camera's fucking fallen. Oh. Oh. Oh, he looks so good! Oh my gosh, the Telemon looks good. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, guys. Oh, and it comes down to big box together. Yes! Woo! I'm so
Welcome
excited.
back. We have,
I'm
really
so
started
excited.
to
My head
talk now
hurts.
About the Adeptus Custodes or Legio Custodes?
Well,
Which one is it?
Oh.
Adam, because
Perfect.
the new box set that's on its way is a reinforcement set for
I'm
the
gonna have to
Custodes,
get it.
and
I'm
you can
gonna
use
have
it
to
for
get it.
either
I'm
Warhammer
gonna have to get it. I skipped out on this
40,000,
one.
just in case you didn't believe us.
Oh, I'm
With
gonna
the
have to
box
get
set,
it,
so
dude.
Pretty clear,
There's
couldn't
no confusion. You can absolutely use this for either game system. There are 6 models in this box, which doesn't sound like a lot, but
Until
when
you
you
realize how big they
until
are.
you look at them,
Oh,
which
I'm
are
so
huge
excited.
and awesome. So let's
Oh!
Yeah, these are the Falcon jet bikes, an iconic.
They
unit
look
from
so
the,
good!
Legio Custodes Force. They are fast-moving, hard-hitting, heavily
I'm
armed. and
so
armored
excited.
units, which are designed to storm in and break the back of enemy forces. Each custodian is armed like to the teeth. There's loads of things to talk about here. The
So
first
we're
thing
gonna
will
get.
be
I'm
to ensure
hoping.
that
So
there's
now we're
different
going a
guns
whole
that
Horus
come on
Heresy
these models.
release.
Essentially, you have a choice of the Adrathic Devastator, Arachnid
Let's
Squadron,
go, baby.
Twin Corvée Pulse
4
Laser,
in a
that's the
box
over
is
and under one.
also
You can see it looks a bit like
fantastic
an open
too.
shotgun. And then you also have the Lastrum bolt cannon. So loads of different weapons. to do
Oh,
loads
I'm
of
so
different jobs.
stoked.
So one of the things in a Custodes army, obviously, is you haven't got a lot of units because they tend to cost a lot of points.
That's
so you
fine.
might find that you've got a couple of things that your army's not very good at killing. And one of the things that units like this can do with loads of different options is you go, actually, I really need some help to kill monsters or infantry or something. So you can kit these out with almost a gun for almost any occasion, right?
Absolutely.
You can
That's
have
so
different
awesome.
guns across the unit, or you can actually go, I just want them all to be really good at killing vehicles, give them the best thing for killing the specific vehicle I think that I'm weakest into.
Yeah, all of them also have a Solarite Power Lance, which is a formidable power weapon,
It is
especially on the chart.
enormous. The Solarite Lance, it's about 3 times the length of a Space Marine.
Yeah,
I
it's
reckon you could
huge.
kebab about 5 Chaos Space Marines on that thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's 4 of these inside the set, which is a brilliant unit to go spearheading around the battlefield.
I'm
and
so
just,
excited!
campaign to the enemy.
Oh, I'm
The
so
only thing
excited.
that
They
we
look
have in this box,
awesome
we also
too.
have the Palace Gravitack.
Yeah, the
Oh.
Palace Gravitack is a fast-moving skimmer for the Custodes. You
Oh.
can kit it out with either anti-infantry or anti-vehicle stuff.
I'm.
It works a little bit like
I've
a Lance speed
soiled
is
my
probably the way to think
jorts.
about it, and it's
My
very useful for
jorts are
Custodes because they
soiled.
tend to have a lot of
I've
very expensive
soiled
models, so you don't
myself.
have very
I'm
many
so
small units,
excited.
So this can
I'm
zip
so
around the
excited.
battlefield, taking objectives. Get
Oh,
into the enemy
that's
where
gonna
they're
be
hiding
such
in
a
way that
good
your
this is-
infantry,
man,
very good on the ground, but not very good at kind of chasing.
The
And this
Custodes.
is another
We
one of
eaten
those units you
today.
can use to
We
sort of cater
eaten.
for where you think you
Oh.
might need additional strength. Has 2 weapons to choose from: the twin Arachnus Blaze Cannon or the twin Iliastus Accelerator Fusil. Whew, say those in a hurry. So you can
Oh,
tailor
man.
for your palace to deal with. particular
Oh,
But I think the model, the
showstopper.
showstopper of this box
Yeah.
is
the Telemon
undoubtedly
Dreadnought?
The Telemon Dreadnought. This is a brand
look at my beautiful friend there. He's delicious.
new multi-part.
I'm so
plastic kit,
excited.
A reinvention of the resin version, the already very
Good.
nice resin version of the Telemon Dreadnought, but in glorious multi-part plastic, keeping all the posability with even more detail and even more weapon options.
Yeah, speaking of weapon options, I'll walk you through them. Between its shoulder blades, you can see the Spiculus missile launcher, but there are other weapon options too. Here you can see the Iliastus
guns,
Accelerator
yeah.
Culverin, the Adrathic Devastator, and the Arachnus Storm Cannon.
I'm just gonna
On his
magnetize
other
him.
hand, so you can build those as you will. Choose the one that suits your loadout.
I'll
On the other
magnetize
hand,
him.
You have the Kestus. That's essentially fancy Legio Custodes terms for Power Fist
Oh.
with twin Neutronium Cascade projector.
So now
Yeah,
I'm
bit like
excited
a
for what I
flamethrower,
did.
but with
I'm
neutronium.
glad I did what I
Absolutely.
did.
Neutronium's more deadly than flame, apparently.
Gotta
So there
be,
you go.
right?
One of those guns is, of course, new. The one that's currently equipped. The name
Is the-
escapes me. Sorry.
yeah,
Oh, I think you are talking
Culverin
about
cannon,
the,
right?
Iliastus Accelerator
Oh,
Culverin.
yeah, exactly that one.
Yeah.
And this is a really beautiful kit, right? So you could paint this up very quickly if you wanted to, like a gold spray and then a wash would make it look beautiful.
Yeah.
But equally, if you wanted to take your time over all the detail of this, it is absolutely dripping in
He's
detail. More
so
detail
pretty.
than was on some of those resin versions of this when it came
Oh,
out. We have
man.
one on the table, and we brought along some other dreadnoughts
Oh,
so you could sort of see how it scales up.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. This Telemon Dreadnought is ever so slightly larger than the resin one. So we brought a Leviathan Dreadnought.
Do you remember when
Yeah.
you saw a Leviathan for the first time and thought, you're never going to pick
Nothing could ever be cooler than a
absolutely.
Leviathan Dreadnought. And he's still pretty cool. I like
Yeah,
Leviathans
absolutely.
a lot. But the Telemon Dreadnought stands a good head.
now are
above
the
even
the
the Leviathan.
Terminators
With
going to be
last
remade?
summer's release, lots
Oh,
of
it's
people
almost
have
it's the
got
size
their
of a
hands on the
Saturnine. Holy
Dreadnought.
cow.
And here you can see there's some similarity between these two in terms of the shape of the shoulder pads and things. The Telemon is a little taller. The Saturnine is a little bit broader.
Yeah, absolutely. So this one definitely is got more mass.
Oh
to it,
my
like
gosh.
The weight of it looks heavy, but the Telemon stands ever so slightly taller. Which
Did I
might
crack
just
my
be
camera?
that the Custodes didn't want to kind of ever look up at a space marine. I think that's probably the point, isn't
Yeah,
it?
why not?
Okay, I didn't crack my
like it.
camera.
So
All
all
right.
of these models that we've talked about, so the
Oh,
Falcon
man.
jet bikes, the Palace Gravitack, and the Telemon Dreadnought will be available in plastic for the first time as part of this box.
When?
And then available separately later down the line.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
absolutely.
And you can use them, definitely use them for both Warhammer 40,000
I'm
and Warhammer
You
yeah.
absolutely can. One of the new detachments for the Custodes in Warhammer 40,000 has some specific upgrades for Telemon Dreadnoughts as well.
Mhm.
So there is.
Great, nice. So that's not everything for the Age of Darkness. We also have a new General
Oh.
Tactica on the way. This is General Tactica Prospero Burns, the Judgment of Valdor.
All
And
right.
This deals with the actions of Constantine Valdor and the
Listen, if y'all show me a new Valdor model right now, my heart's going to give out. I'm going to fucking die live on stream. Please do not show me a Valdor model.
Legio Custodes during the burning of Prospero when they joined
Well-
forces with
Also, this is a fantastic thing to get because Dr. M fucking plays T-Sons.
the Space Wolves.
So we're gonna
to
get
bring
that,
judgment
probably.
to Magnus and
Dude,
his
I'm-
errant sons.
Yeah, we know quite a
Bro,
lot about the burning of
I
Prospero.
just
We've
started
seen
like
it from
having
the
money,
Falcon Sun's
not
perspective,
even
we've
from
seen
this
it from the
YouTube
Space
channel.
Wolves
I've
perspective.
been
We
finally
know that
getting
the
like successful in my
Custodes were
company.
there, but we haven't really heard much about what the Custodes were
I'm
up
gonna
to, and
come,
this
dude.
explores that. You kind of find out what they were doing while the two legions were taking chunks out of each other. One of the things that's quite cool about it is that the Custodes obviously on one side. On the other side, there are some Thousand Sons, but the main antagonist really for them is a demonic foe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. For the first time, this presents for this edition a full army list for the Demons of Siege, including new psychic disciplines.
Oh my god! I just soiled myself.
So you can start using the warp.
Also,
densities of the patron,
Dr. M,
who
very
is,
Zinchi.
presiding over the
So-
Sons.
Or
Damn, I
Salvation
wish she was
Officers.
No,
here.
absolutely not.
Mate,
They
probably
haven't come
right.
in,
It is
got what they
probably
deserve.
right, yeah.
There's even more stuff in there than we've talked about here. There's some new rules for the Solo Auxilia. There's a whole bunch of stuff. This is a
Hell yeah,
packed,
dude.
General Tactica, which really shines a light on an area of the Horus Heresy we've not looked at before. So it's quite
Yeah,
exciting.
and that's the best kind of Horus Heresy games. Ones where you're going back to those iconic moments in the lore and refighting it. Like, what if it was a little bit different? What if we had a slightly different mix? What if the tactics were different?
Yeah, absolutely.
Recreating those amazing stories is what it's all about.
So,
Oh.
sticking with the Age of Darkness, but going a bit smaller as we look at some Legions Imperialis.
Or possibly bigger.
But yes, bigger and
Oh,
smaller at the
cool.
same time. We have 3 models we're going to talk about now.
Well, like the Warlord
These
Titans?
are, models for the Titan
Yeah.
Legions. This is the Warlord.
I've been thinking about
Battle
getting
Titan
them.
with Quake
I've been
Cannon
thinking about
and
getting at
Version
least
Beam
1 or 2
Extirpator.
of
To
them.
extirpate means
They
to
seem like
destroy
they'd be fun to
utterly.
paint.
And that is what the weapon loadout on this Warlord Titan will do. As you see this video,
I gotta
playing
tell-
before you,
I
you
gotta
can see what
tell
all the different weapons
my
are.
spouse.
There's a whole bunch, and they have really long and difficult to say live on air names, such as.
But
the
you should still
Conversion
try,
Beam
I think.
Extirpator. So this is a kit which will come packaged all together. So you get the Warlord Titan and all of these weapons. It includes some extra bits and pieces. So there's some guns to go on the turrets. You've got Gatling blasters and turbo laser destructors. You have 2 Warlord heads inside the kit, and it also contains all the cards you would need to use this if you were playing.
My wife is
going to
be so excited.
If you just want the weapons, they'll be available separately. You just won't get all the cards with it and stuff like that. Cool. This is one of 3 things we're going to talk about. The next one is the Warlord Battle Titan with Volkite Destructor and Macro Gatling Blaster. Again, not a thing to say too quickly on a Friday night. Here is another towering god engine of the Titan Legions. It has a whole bunch of different weapons, which you can see playing out on your screen. They include the Graviton Ruinator, which you can see here. It's the biggest Graviton gun I've ever seen. Volkite Destructor, Macro Gatling Blaster, and the Vulcan Mega Bolter Array, which sits on its shoulders. It also includes a Warlord Titan heads and those cards I mentioned before if you wanted to play Adeptus Titanicus.
But Adam, what if I had a slightly smaller Titan but still wanted loads of massive guns?
And complicated names, then you are going to be fine, because this is the Titan Legions Reaver Titan with Graviton Obliterator and Volkite Annihilator. A mid-sized Titan that packs an incredible punch with weapons such as the aforementioned Graviton Obliterator, the Volkite Annihilator. It also has a Vulcan Mega Bolter option for its carapace, and you just saw it there, my favourite possibly of all the names that we've had this evening, which is the Conversion Beam Dissolutor.
Those are some cool guns and some great verbs.
Yeah, it also has a Reaver head and the cards you would need to play in Adeptus Titanicus. And you can get the weapon separately should you desire no more Titans. What's wrong with you? There we go. Pretty exciting should you play Little Heresy.
Absolutely.
There we go. I need to take a breather. Now might be the time to talk a little bit about something coming to Warhammer Plus very soon. There is a new animation. Look at the Butcher's Nails.
We're so fucking back. The Custodes are so fucking back, dude. This looks cool as shit.
That looks a bit good, Eddie. What can you tell us about Butcher's Nails?
Yeah, this is a new animation coming to Warhammer TV for Warhammer Plus subscribers. It is a one-off standalone episode, so it's a Hammer and Bolter episode of Warhammer 40,000. And effectively, it tells the story of a Khorne Berserker who is part of a Chaos assault on an Imperial stronghold. As you would imagine for a World Eater story, it is incredibly violent. It is by some margin the bloodiest and most violent piece
My
of
head
Warhammer
hurts,
animation
dude.
we have yet featured.
I got
on
so excited.
Warhammer
My head
TV.
hurts.
And it is pretty much non.
My head
from
hurts.
the moment.
This is
that,
cool, though.
The shots open to the final battles.
Fantastic. Here you can see a shot that we saw something like this in the trailer. This looks like the head-up display inside the helmet of the World Eater.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
not all of it, but some of the animation is shown from the literal perspective of the World Eater, who is obviously a little bit unhinged. The Butcher's nails are starting to bite. If he doesn't get continuous kills and as many of the what's care, unfortunately, in the manage
Some more.
All right, what do they got for the Age of Sigmar? Oh, is this orcs or ogres? Oh, he's cool, dude. Literally, he's just like me for real. Hold on.
See his will in the meat, in the marrow, in the blood. He is the hunger that endures through winter and war. He calls us to feast, to swallow the realms. Eat, eat, eat. First we're gonna beat 'em, then we're gonna eat 'em. First we're gonna beat 'em, then we're gonna eat 'em. First we're gonna beat 'em, then we're gonna eat 'em. First we're gonna beat 'em, then we're gonna eat 'em. His champion comes.
That was very exciting to see such a large amount of models coming soon to the mortal realms with these new Ogre Moor tribes. Eddie, where do we even start?
I am super excited about this release. This is an enormous range refresh for the Ogre Moor tribes.
I'm excited
there's
for
so
this
much
one.
to talk about. I think let's start with the army set, which is coming out.
They're
This is
literally
the
just
first
me.
place you'll get a
I
chance
ogre.
to get your hands on some
I
of the new
ogre.
miniatures. This is an enormous.
I
army
like this
launch
box.
set, a little bit
They're
like what
cool,
we've
though.
seen with some of the armies
Yeah,
recently.
like the Hellsmiths and so on.
Exactly like the Hellsmith, same sort of concept. You get a cool version of the Battle Tome and the first chance to get hold of a bunch of the miniatures. Let's have a quick chat about some of the stuff in this set.
Sure. So first out the gates would be sort of the mainstay unit for the Ogre Moor tribes. These are the Gluttons, the sort of replacement or refresh of what in old days you might have called Ogre Bulls.
They're just like me
Boy,
for
do they
real.
look good.
Yeah, the Ogre Bulls are still really cool models, like,
Yeah,
but they
absolutely.
are they've been around for a while now. They're more than 20 years
You
old.
shocked me with
Yeah,
that
I'm
when
sorry
I
about
realised
that,
how old
Adam.
I was. Yeah.
So they are well and truly deserving of a refresh. This is a really cool update for them. They still keep the kind of general aesthetic of the Ogre Bulls, but they're much more dynamic. They're a little bit bigger. The armor plates are much more impressive.
I really like the shape of the helmets. They look like they're designed to deflect sort of downward blows.
Yeah, and
away
if you
from the
remember, like
shoulders as well.
the first time those models came out, they were designed for Warhammer Fantasy, where they'd have to rank up. So actually, the poses were quite sort of
Yeah,
limiting on a
they're
lot of
very
the
dynamic
miniatures.
here, aren't they?
These are much like cool, really great. They're really sick.
I think the
I do like the way
And
they look.
are in there as well. Have a mile. These are you kind of show some good.
battle front. But here though,
You get in of the butcher. Nearly
I like this guy,
and also
the butcher.
These wizards are nearby.
Oh, the
The thing that I
Gutbusters
like
or the
a lot,
Gutseers. They're kind of cool.
Eddie, what can
Oh.
you master? So sort of like the head of this cult of the
Oh
gold
yeah,
what Sigma
I've
would
seen
do,
this.
You've got
Oh
sort of a
man,
little
Red the
tape
Maw, Slaughtermaster.
games.
Yeah, all of the units. If you've there with alternative.
A little bit of a for your ogres. What can you tell us, Eddie?
Yeah, so we're not going to go through the entirety because there's a big old page of
Screen
rules
grab
there.
if
But
you really
yeah,
wanna
if you're an
know.
ogre player or you want to know what you're going to be up against in Age of Sigmar, take your screen grab now. Fundamentally, they've got two.
Oh
big
wow,
army
that's
rules.
actually
First
really
of the
good.
army rules
Subtract from
is
one for the
if you
range
are in
characteristics of a
combat with
weapon
an
that
enemy unit at the end of
target
the turn, or
that
you've
target that
defeated an
hit
enemy
that
in combat,
unit.
so
Oh wow.
and basically, you can just take have
Exotic
some lunch. You can
Have
take
a
a,
snack.
you can take a chunk
giblets with
out of the enemy
non-companion
unit
weapons.
you're fighting, and you can
subtract
get
one
a
from
bunch
ward
of different rules.
rolls.
So this encourages your ogre army to
Crunchy
get stuck in.
bones.
If they're in the middle of the enemy army, they can start getting bonuses. There's some really strong stuff in there. You've got stuff like run and charge. You can make the unit.
This
harder
seems like
to
a very
kill,
fun
make them
army.
hit harder. You can mess with enemy wizards. All sorts of stuff.
Fantastic.
Uh,
Go on.
And then you've got the other special rule in there,
Yep.
which is basically like a special thing where when you charge into an enemy unit, you can basically say, would you like to stay where you are and take the ogre's charge, in which case you take a bunch of mortal wounds, or you can say, well, I'll give you the opportunity to move backwards if you like, in which case your opponent immediately cedes ground to your ogres. So it's really good for shifting units off objectives.
Yeah, absolutely. And getting hit by that wall of iron and muscle is no joke. Obviously, the war scrolls have been looked at as well. So these are the Maulbeast cavalry that we showed you before. They come in the army set. And I talked about how just devastatingly powerful they are. The gut biter weapons do damage 3. The Maulbeasts do damage 2, 3 on the charge. These hit you like a landslide. So many attacks, incredibly dangerous.
I think this is a really powerful unit. If you're familiar with the way that ogres work today, you'll know how Mournfang cavalry work. You'll be familiar with the stats. A lot of the stats are fairly similar to Mournfangs, but across the board, wherever there's a change, it tends to be a bit better.
I'm slowing over the Custodes release.
Ward save means that you've got to throw
That's a lot,
you've got to
right?
throw a lot of stuff at this guy before.
Oh
he goes
man,
down.
I'm so fucking
A
excited
level
for the
2 wizard,
Custodes.
that's always going to be useful. The thing to really shout out is that command ability, where effectively you can pick an ogre unit nearby, and that unit can benefit from as if it was in combat with an enemy unit. So all of those big list of buffs that you've got in your army special rules, you can just give those out to units nearby for a command point, and you can do some great stuff with that. You've got one of them in there which is run and charge. So right from the off, you can be like, I really want one of my units in combat on the first turn. You can just do it.
Oh, that's so good.
You've also got an ability that gives ward saves to loads of nearby units. So this is just an absolutely really useful linchpin unit for the middle of your army.
Fantastic. So that's a lot of great stuff coming all on the way for the Mortal Realms with the Ogre Moor tribes and this incredible range refresh.
Yeah, we've got some close-ups here.
Should we
We've got
have a look?
just a sense of how big they are. I don't know if we've got a human for
Fuck.
scale.
These
Maybe
cords-
they
I need
to,
I need my
work with me.
tripod. This shit's so
here
scuffed.
you've got Red
The
Moor in
setup's so
middle.
fucking
You can see
scuffed.
the size of
We got to get my tripod
really
back,
absolute
or we
beefcake.
got to get a new tripod.
And this enormous cauldron that he's got that's just full of offal. His great big spoon for stirring around the cauldron.
Oh, dude, he's
here
got
on
a
the side, you
spoon.
can
I
see
love
the
spoons.
Ogre Butcher. He's really quite an impressive model in his own right. And again,
Making a
this huge
fucking
cauldron. If I spin him around,
stew.
you can see just how detailed these models
He's making a
really
stew. Chat,
are.
kill him.
just,
He's making a
some
stew.
behold,
I bet he's. I
loads
bet
of
it's a
things going on the back.
delicious stew.
Sort of, he's got these animal horns and things, so they
Yeah,
look
that's
like
cool.
they're carrying trophies and things all around. Just really great. It's an incredible looking kit.
Yeah.
I think the
you get a
miniatures
sense
team
of
have.
the size of him because that's a human, right? That he's holding on the butcher.
Yeah, no
there,
kidding.
So,
He's got half a person.
yeah, got half a person there.
That's pretty gross. So anyway, these have disturbed me for long enough. I'm really excited to see them come out. I think they're going to make quite a wave within the Mortal Realms. We are still not done yet. There is still more awesome stuff to talk about in this big summer preview. Next, we're going down to the Underhive.
Oh, what's Necromunda got?
Welcome back and welcome to the Underhive with a new edition of Necromunda Skirmish. This is very exciting. I'm a big fan of Necromunda. I've played it since I was a 16-year-old boy, and it's great to see a new edition
I've
come.
not
This
played
is essentially
Necromunda,
an
but I've
edition
heard
reset
good things
for
about it.
Necromunda. And
It's
this
another
core
skirmish
set
game.
here that you can see here, this 2-player battle box is the perfect way to get into it. If you're an existing Necromunda player, we'll talk about some of the other ways too. Here you can see it on the screen. It pitches the Orlok. Sorry, crikey, you can see me going to my
What edition
favourite
is
gang
this
just
as well?
automatically. It pitched the Goliaths against the Escher in a classic house matchup. Let's have a look at some of the kits that come with it. We've got a box here which we can use as a prop, but we've got some great images to show on the screen. It contains 2 gangs within the box. The first of which are these. They are the Blades of the Matriarch.
Oh, they
this
look
is
really
all
good.
New models. We've not released these ones before, and there's some fantastic options in
I
there.
like the
At
whip.
back, for example,
Whip's
you can see
radical.
a Huntress with auto pistols and multi-harness. On the right-hand side, you've got one which is a Blade Maiden with a shock whip. You've got the Chem Witch who's got the auto chem. It's that crazy looking flamer thing that you can see towards the back. Loads of fantastic options to really fill out an Escher gang. If you've already got an Escher gang, you'll probably want to add these to it because it gives you even more options and even more fantastic models. This is also a perfect starting point for an Escher gang in its own right. You could never have played a game of Necromunda, and these would be a wonderful jumping on point. They go head to head with the Goliaths. These are the Forge Smelters. Goliaths, the House of Chains, known for their sort of industrial power, and all of these like heavily muscled, stim-enhanced warriors carrying weapons which kind of have an industrial feel. So you've obviously got the heavy stubber at the back, but there's loads of other weapons that
I like the
might
axe.
be less familiar. For example, you've
The
got the
hook arms?
Crumper Riveter Cannon on the right-hand side. The Lady Goliath is holding that. You've also got things like the Servo Medicae that you can see on the Goliath
Oh yeah,
front.
in the back
You've got
there.
one with a Chem Slugger. There's loads of different things going on so that you can either add these to an existing Goliath force or just use these as
These
your
guys are
first
rad.
ever Goliath.
I would paint
like
these.
the ignition cannon that's on the left-hand side. Two fantastic gangs. You also find
Ooh,
inside the box absolutely everything you need to get started playing. So you have the gaming mat, the measurers, the dice, the templates, all the cards and bits and pieces. You have a full rule book. You also have some terrain to position your gang behind to start playing your games. Essentially, this is a wonderful way to kick off Necromunda if you've just never played before and kickstart you into the new edition. So here you can see like a close-up on some of those other things as well. There's really a lot to enjoy here in these gangs, and if you look at the back of the box, you can see it all sort of laid out, sort of panning around, just full to the brim of great Necromunda stuff. There's more to come in this new edition than just this. It's worth saying that Necromunda, the thing that makes it so exciting is this continuous war between the great gang houses. So there are 6 gang houses that you might be familiar with if you know
the Cardor
Necromunda
box
well.
looks cool.
Essentially, you have the Orlocks, the Vansars, Cawdor, Dilac, Escher,
Oh,
and
man.
Goliath, and you can see them all displayed here. These are Underhive crew boxes. These contain models that you might already know if you're familiar with Necromunda, presented in a brilliant format that lets you essentially make one purchase.
I might
to
try this
start
out.
An entire Underhive crew of your own. I'm a big fan of Necromunda. I've played it for years and years. I've got a really big Orlok gang, and I looked at the Underhive crew and was like, oh, that's essentially everything you need for a really fantastic Orlok crew. Things to talk about quickly while we're here. So obviously this box contains everything. If you just wanted the Necromunda rulebook, say you've got loads of Necromunda stuff and you don't want to buy a new the core box for some mad reason, then you can just buy the Necromunda rulebook. This is a large hardback book. It's just packed with lore and rules and all the good things that you would want to know about Necromunda. And it's been revised. They've made updates to the rules to sort of streamline things. Every role feels like it really matters. Games are very exciting. I'm really excited to sink my teeth into it. If you've got an existing gang and you want to know where you find the rules for that, there's 2 more publications coming along for you. These are Gangs of the Underhive, which deal with those 6 gang houses we talked about before, along with various hangers-on and hired guns. And you've got Gangs of the Outland, which deals with those gangs and sort of Necromunda denizens that operate outside of the normal sphere, things like the Ironhead Prospectors or the Ashwaste Nomads. And you'll find their rules along with the various hangers-on in those books. So essentially, pick up the core rule book, pick up the gangs of the book that you need, and you are good to go with Necromunda Skirmish. There's still more. Really useful to have on the side of the table. You've got the core gang tactics cards. I find having like physical things really useful when I'm playing Necromunda. It's a very tactile game. And you've also got the scenario cards, which help organize your campaign and get your games flowing really nicely. Also, if you want to like enhance your battlefield, get your game going, there's an enormous range of fantastic Necromunda scenery and terrain. The Zone Mortalis range is big and beautiful, and there's an addition to it now with these Factoria pipes. You'll find some Factoria pipes inside that core set, and there's even more if you buy this Factoria pipes box. And breathe.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite things about Necromunda is when you start to see people like really lean into the scenery and they've got their Zone Mortalis bit and then they start building up and you get the pipes and walkways and you can have like fights across the gantries and you can shoot people down from higher up and all that sort of good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. My favorite games in Necromunda are always the ones which are played on multiple levels and you can blast someone off a 12-inch high precipice and watch them plummet.
I do like a bit of ash waste every now and again though.
Yeah, yes, I agree, but there's something
there is something cool about like having a little cross section of a city.
Yeah, I saw that for the first time and it just blew my mind. If you've never played Necromunda before, this really is a perfect jumping on point. Necromunda is a really exciting game. Ask any Necromunda fan and they will like enthuse about it, how great it is. And if you are an existing Necromunda fan and you're looking for new challenges, this is really great because the rules have been tweaked and streamlined and there's going to be new secrets to unlock. And it's going to be a good time to be fighting battles in the Underhive. The narrative that's been unfolding for the past few years, the Aranthian succession, is kind of done with. And I'm really excited to see where the team responsible for Necromunda take it in this new era. It's going to be cool.
Yeah. I'm excited. Let's see it.
Still
It's
not
more.
done. Yep,
Oh.
we are sticking around in the 41st millennium, but we're going to go to Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team with this.
What do we got? Katachan? Is this Katachan? You better not. Is this Katachan? Is this Katachan? Is this Katachan?
After years of searching, we're closing in on something unseen for decades.
Exodites, what? Are you serious? Oh. That's wild.
We are alive and well in this year of 2026, and who would have had
Exodites are back.
Exodites on their 2026 Warhammer bingo card?
This is
The
a super fun
Exodites
set.
are
Really?
back.
This is awesome. So obviously,
so
every time
back.
we have a new Kill Team box set, it's very exciting. This one, I think, it will be particularly interesting, not just for fans of Kill Team, but for fans of Warhammer 40,000. Exodites are one of those last untapped, awesome bits of Warhammer 40,000.
Well,
lore.
I
Whenever we
definitely
get
am
to
getting
kind
that.
of, unveil a cool new corner of the millennium. It's always very exciting. I think Exodites absolutely fall into that little corner.
If you don't know what an Exodite is, very briefly, when the Eldari Society was starting to sort of, way back before the fall, starting to fall into decadence and depravity, the Exodites were like, no, thank you very much. And they left main society and they settled on places far flung from the mainstay of Eldar Society called Maiden Worlds.
Beautiful jungle planets full of rich flora and fauna and full of all sorts of weird, wonderful creatures.
Absolutely.
And then when Eldar Society was destroyed in the fall, the Exodites were one of the few remaining.
So
bits
does
that
it
were
come
left.
with 6
now
of
in the
them?
41st millennium, they have these pockets of idyllic beautifulness across Warhammer 40,000. Obviously, this being Warhammer 40,000, if you've got something lovely, everyone wants to knock it over and invade
There's
it.
probably a war coming.
There's always a war coming.
Nice.
So whenever their planets are invaded, they have to defend them with whatever tools they can find available. And the closest thing available is giant reptilian beasts that they can ride into battle.
Should we have a
and
look at the
crush their
models?
foes with.
So yeah, here we go. These
Oh,
are the
they look
Exodite
so
Dragon Masters. I think
good!
This is a very unusual kill team, right?
Yeah, so this is a kill team first and foremost. It is really kind of weird but really fun, unusual kill team. It is effectively 3
This might
models
be
and 2
Dr.
little
M's new
hangers
kill
on, so
team.
it's immediately very, very elite. In
Yeah.
terms of how it plays in kill team, it plays in a really interesting and unique and unusual way.
Oh,
All of
look
your
at the
units
little
have
fucking
APL
creature.
4, which is wild.
Yeah, absolutely.
In kill team, so you can do all sorts of cool maneuvers. They are very, very.
Hold on, hold on.
Wild.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome!
So you can do all sorts of cool.
Yes!
maneuvers. They are
So I
very,
guess there's
very fast, as
3
you can
in a
imagine,
box,
faster than almost anything
and
else
then you
in
have
Kill
your 2
Team.
little
They
dinosaur
can leap
friends.
up across bits of terrain. So if you think that your sniper at the back of the battlefield is nice and safe, perched on
Maybe
his
not.
ruin, think again.
That's so
'cause,
cool.
A giant reptilian with an Eldari warrior on the back is racing towards you, ready to chop your head off. You have 3 very different kinds of characters in there. Effectively, you've got a warrior archetype, a mage archetype, and a sniper archetype, and they all
Okay.
do very different things for your kill team.
Yeah,
So
here it is on the
you get 3 of each. You get 1 of each. So you have a sniper, a mage, and a warrior. This team's gonna probably be really bad, but I still love the design of them. They look fantastic. I'm hoping this leads to an Exodite. I believe it or not, I'm not being a complete Xenos lover, but I will collect an Exodite army, dead ass, on my
You can see
mama.
the 3 different
On my
ones they have,
mama, I will
essentially. You
collect
have the Clan Blade, which is the close
an
combat
Exodite
one.
army.
You have the Ley Stalker, which is the one with the sniper rifle, and then you have the Stone Singer, which is the Exodite who focuses on using psychic powers. And then they also have these little beasts that run around with them, and those are called Dracolites.
Yeah, and they look familiar to if you know
Oh my
kind of
gosh.
how Eldar Craft World work. There's a little bit of the Autarch to this one. There's a little bit of the Farseer to this one. There's
Absolutely.
a little bit of the kind of Ranger. So they have a kind of common ancestry with the Eldar of the Craft Worlds, but they have gone off in a slightly different sort of cultural direction. And the biggest difference really is that they ride on the back of these cool reptiles.
Yeah, no kidding.
But
That's
a
so
really
cool.
fun kill team, a very different kill team, and I think probably going to be a very popular kill team as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
It's not the only thing you get in this box. You've also got a bunch of orcs in
Oh,
here.
I love the
way that
orcs!
Work in this kill team is a little bit like the Red Terror set that we had recently, where they are effectively non-player operatives, and you can play a bunch of different games against these, either as a one-player or a two-player series. There is a campaign in the box which tells the story of. An
I
orc
love
war,
that
which
arm.
has landed
That's
on this planet.
radical.
The orcs, who are beast snaggers, basically find a
I'm gonna
world
have
full
to
of monsters,
pre-order
and they're
this
like,
fucking
is a
box, aren't
paradise.
I?
Look at all
Snag some
these,
beasts.
look at all these giant beasts we can hunt. The Eldar are obviously much less keen on that than the orcs, and they have to try and drive off the orcs so you can play through this campaign.
Hog Rider.
Also,
Hog Rider.
of course, all the stuff in this box you can also use in Warhammer 40,000.
So you get 3 of the Exodite minis, and then you get your 2 little creatures, and then you have, looks like, the Beast Snagga NPOs, which I'd paint those. Those guys are fucking rad. And then you have your Squig Boy
as well.
like
Yeah, just
NPOs as well.
Shout out to that Kill Team Exodite book.
Oh, man.
It's really cool. I got to have a look through it the other day. It's got great lore in it. There's stories from the perspective of the Eldari Exodites. There's also
That's so cool.
The campaign has some great missions in it. There's guides on how to set up make your battlefield to look like a maiden world. It's a wonderful book. They've done an amazing job sort of bringing this to life.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Worth
cool.
saying, one of the other ways that
Oh,
you
that's
can
so
build
cool.
up the kill team that you get in this set is as another unit, which is called the Dragon Knights. These are the archetypal, I suppose.
Okay.
The closest thing we've got to the classic version of an Exodite.
Yeah,
Very reminiscent of some of the very cool
Oh, that's
Warhammer
really
40,000 art
nice.
from some of the early editions. This is effectively a fast cavalry unit of Exodites riding on those huge reptilian beasts. And they work a little bit in game, I suppose, like your Shining Spears, where they could charge in. They actually have laser lances, which is the same weapon that Shining Spears have. So they punch pretty hard, but as well as the rider on the back fighting,
You've
who's a
also
good fighter.
got a crazed reptile beast helping you fight, right?
Absolutely. So they hit really, really hard. They're not super durable, but they're a little bit more durable than some of the other kind of combat units you might find in an Eldari army. So they're going to be quite a useful little unit. I think you will see them dotted around various Warhammer 40,000 battlefields and Eldar armies quite soon. The other forces in this box, the Dragon Masters, you can also use in Warhammer 40,000. And the way that they work is that each one is effectively an individual character in your Eldari army. So you've got the kind of lone op sniper, you've got your fast-moving hero. You've got
They look so rad.
support piece. So effectively, this one kill team provides you with 4 different data sheets for Warhammer 40,000 Eldari armies. So it's a really flexible little clump of stuff that you can add into your Eldari force.
Yeah, so Kill Team Exodite contains 3 Exodites and the 2 Dracolites. Obviously, these models will be available separately down the line. So if you wanted to put loads into your army, that's completely legit. There are loads of reasons that an Eldari force might have Exodites in it as well. When you look at the history of the Eldari, the Craftworld Biel-Tan is so affronted at the state of the Maiden Worlds that they aggressively defend Maiden Worlds from any interference. Obviously, Alitok is known for the Rangers who travel around the Webway and they visit all the Maiden Worlds on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's one of the main reasons the Eldari come into conflict with other races, right? They don't seek it out particularly, but one of the things that they have is this sort of cultural association with these planets, and whenever anyone invades, it's almost like it's sacrilegious, right?
This is protecting the last true
absolutely
ancient
yeah,
Eldari,
yeah.
really.
This is almost always why the Eldari will get involved in a fight somewhere, is that the craft worlds can fly off, but planets can't really. So when the Imperium shows up and decides to build a Forge world on your wonderful Paradise world, you have to kind of go and kick them off.
Yeah, absolutely. It's worth having a little look at the models, I think. So here we have a stunt beast snagger sort of drafted in to pose, and then you can get a sense of the scale of these things when you bring the Exodite up alongside. They're
wow.
lithe, the beasts look really muscular, but they're still an impressive size model, and I think they're going to be quite popular with people who want to do just beautiful paint jobs, right? They're going to lend themselves really towards
Dr.
Yeah, I mean,
M.
the models
It's
are
all
beautiful.
going to be
Like,
Dr.
I think,
M.
I really like the leader
That's
unit.
in particular. That
Yeah,
one, isn't it?
the
Let's get this
leader
right
of
away.
the
Sorry, buddy.
Dragon Knights is just a really, really excellent miniature. I think just the kind of straight on pose for him. I'd be amazed if we don't see a few of those at Golden Demons and things. He's got that beautiful back banner, obviously, which is lending itself to kind of whatever showing off painting scheme you'd like to have a go at. The reptiles they're riding themselves, you could paint in almost any color you can imagine, right? The heavy metal team here has gone for some really cool, vivid color schemes. You could have anything in your paint collection, you could paint these guys. I think they're going to be a joy to paint, and I can't wait to see them on the battlefield.
No, I can't either.
As I said before, like who had extra on their 2026 Warhammer?
I think at least 3 people guessed when we posted it.
you get to.
Well done, you, if you guessed
well
Exodite.
played.
I thought it would be
I'm delighted.
Catachan,
This
but
is-
Exodites
they've
are
existed in the
low-key
lore
so
for
much
such a long
cooler.
time, It's really exciting to see them
Yep.
like on the.
I thought
tabletop
that they
in
would.
before.
Spectre
This is the
Squad
first time we've ever
felt
seen
like they were
Exodites
setting up to
in
do a
plastic.
Catachan
And
related
kind of the
release
first
with
time really
like
we've seen them
Tyranids
properly,
or
It
something.
was like one little shred of
like
cloth
a little,
on one of the Corsairs.
maybe
had a bit of
an old
scaling.
little metal one for Epic.
Oh, yeah, maybe,
back
yeah.
in the day. And other than that, they've existed in the stories and in some scattered pieces of artwork. So, what a happy time! We're very excited, and also the love and passion that spilled out of the Warhammer studio as they told us about them was just infectious. So, hopefully, you're as excited about these as
I'm
we are. 'cause
fucking
they're very
stoked.
exciting. What else is there to say? We have come to the end of our.
That was a lot of
preview.
stuff, Adam.
It was
That
a lot of stuff, and we
was.
said it would be about 90 minutes, and we're very, very nearly there. So thank you if you are still with us and enjoying the Warhammer preview. It's been lovely to have you with us.
That was
Nice
awesome.
roundup. There have been a couple of questions floating around. One of them I can field right now. Somebody asked in the chat, what's the cost to the Warhammer Academy? The cost is nothing. It is free. You'll need to log in and sign up, but it is designed to help you just get started with
All right.
your Warhammer journey. So it
Okay,
doesn't cost.
what I said about Warhammer Academy before, let me apologize profusely. If it's free and you feel like it's going to be a good resource to you, use it. If it's free, cool, use it. Use it. I think it's a resource that's better than trying to look up a guide from 8 years ago when rules have changed and armies have changed and dynamics have changed, and it's better than trying to sprawl around on forums and message boards and everything else where you get that kind of sense of like elitism from some other aspects. If you think you need this resource, go for it. Use it.
Cost anything. Just join in and start learning about Warhammer and sort of honing your skills and
Yeah.
gaining confidence as you
Do it.
so.
Fantastic.
If you've got more questions, well, we've got good news. A few weeks back, Eddie and I did a Q&A, and we had a nice time doing it. So we're going to do another one in a couple of weeks. So here is an email address appearing mystically on your screen. Quanda, that is
Quanda.
Q&A at preview.war.
If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, if you think like you need to reach out, quanda@preview.warhammer.com. Okay? Reach out. These guys do a great job. They answer questions. They're very open. They've done a very Adam and it's not Sam. Hold on. Adam and Eddie, sorry. Adam and Eddie have done a fantastic job. They have done such a great job being facilitators of this, doing really good at talking about the models and then hyping them up. This is fantastic.
Warhammer.com. That is where you can start sending your questions. Hopefully, Warhammer-related questions, and specifically about things we've talked about in the preview.
I mean, you can send in any question, but we'll only answer the Warhammer-related ones.
I have
probably.
very few specialist subjects, and most of them revolve around Warhammer. So, please do send us Warhammer questions to that Q&A in a couple of weeks' time. We'll let you know closer to when it's going to be. We'll go through those questions. We'll pick the best ones, and we'll sit down and have a little session where we read through all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Right. I guess all that remains then is thank you, everybody, for coming and joining in this preview. and
Thank you,
spending some
guys.
time with us. Thank you to all the people behind the scenes who pressed the buttons and moved the models around and made it all work. You are champions. Thank you, Eddie, for knowing all the answers and making
Oh,
it look
that's
good.
all right. I had a great time.
Brilliant. In that case, until next time, we will see you again very soon. Good night.
Wow. What a show, chat. What a show. Everything's fantastic. This was a fantastic show. I'm obsessed. The show was such a good showing. The new talks about the codexes. The codex look fantastic for 11th. I think they're really trying to spin down a lot of the stuff about 10th and the bloat about 10th. So they're doing a really good job with the codexes. A lot of the announcements, if you're an Old World fan, I felt like there was a lot of fantastic stuff for Old World there. I'm not really interested in Old World, but I could see where people get onto it. Blood Bowl, also, Morton Dog, very cool model. I'm glad he's getting a kind of a refresh. In the Minotaur model, Naruto looked pretty fantastic. We got some big ins on the board now. Very excited to see all of those models as well. I think that they're going to be a fantastic addition to the game. Super excited. I'm trying to get my hands on one of the season 3 boxes. It's been hard to get my hands on those, unfortunately. maybe because they're HTF. But I'm really excited to get a chance to get a chance to play him and see him again. That's been a fantastic addition. Also, fucking my warrior kings and queens, my custodians, getting the Telemon, getting the jet bikes and the tanks. Holy cow! I'm hoping that at the end of this year we will have close, if not a full release for the custodians and everything else related to it. I'm super excited about that. I know that they said they were going to do that. I just thought it would be more or less like they're going to release like maybe a few your shield captains, maybe a captain general model here and there. Maybe Valdor if they did that, but honestly, they've been doing such a fantastic job of releasing, or Sisters of Silence. I thought it would be probably related to the Sisters of Silence in some regard. But all the models have been fantastic. The choices and everything have been great. I'm super excited to see what they do next. I think there's going to be a lot of fun stuff going out and talked about. And man, oh man, oh man, oh man, the Exodites. Wow. Exodites coming to 40K and coming to Kill Team. And they can be played in an Eldari army. I think everybody's been wanting some Exodite love a little bit. It's fantastic that they're getting love. Definitely a box that I might get. I don't know. We'll see. Or I might just collect the Exodites themselves. I think that they look like they're going to be very fun to play. They're heavily elite. So I'm gonna, as a Custodies player, I'm gonna heavily inject that hopium and copium into my veins that the Custodians might get a Kill Team release here in the future. I highly doubt they will, because that is pretty freaking hard to implement. But man, oh man, I'm hoping. I'm really just hoping, chat, and everything else. But I appreciate you guys so much for coming and checking out my stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for enjoying this wonderful time. There's definitely going to be some shorts of me jizzing myself that are being made, and me talking about my excitement. I think that there are so many cool things that are coming out, and man, oh man, GW has just made me find a love into this hobby, dude. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry that I didn't get to go live today. I got called for a little work job, so I couldn't really do a lot today, but I'm glad I got a chance to at least come and hang out and check out the previews with you guys. YouTube, I really appreciate you guys for being here. And thank you so much for all the love and support that you guys have poured out on the channel. We are now, I believe, at 459 subscribers. Super close to that. Yeah, 459 subscribers as the cow meets. Look at that. Look at that. Ain't that crazy? Can you see it? I think you can see it. 459 subscribers. Wow. Over the span of a few years. Guys, that's so exciting. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for checking out your stuff. Thank you so much for just being there. I'm hoping to eventually get to a point where I can do this on a full-time basis and interact and hang out with you guys and get to share my excitement for Warhammer, for video games, for everything. You guys being here makes this, hope and dream really feel alive. And I appreciate you guys for being here. And I appreciate you guys for pouring out that love and support and just being wonderful people. With that being said, chat, with everything done and said and all the sappy crap out of the way, I love you guys. Have a good rest of your Friday and have a good weekend. I will see you guys next stream. And, well, that was a bad way to end off, huh? I will see you guys next stream. So until then, keep loving, keep being happy. And if you're not feeling good, I hope you feel better. I'll see you guys. I love you. Bye.